This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL Championship game.
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the fourth-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Shenango Wildcats are the WPIAL champions.
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history.
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again. The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn, fake it to Maple, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? No! I don't think he got in! Wilmington has won the state championship!
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt. The Laurel Spartans three-peat.
And the Neshannock is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
And welcome to Neshannock as we get ready for the first round of the football season. Hi everyone, I'm Tim Continenza along with Lee Moan bringing you tonight's ball game here on lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP. This is the pregame show brought to you by LGKG. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Lee, it's good to be back with you.
It's been a couple years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a few.
About 2-3 years. When we had a list of how many times we'd mentioned Mark Schoss on the air last night. It was getting quite a bit. So that's when you came along to WJST, did quite a few games together when Shossie was sick, unfortunately, and it's nice to have you back here in Lawrence County SportsNet. First year.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Second broadcast.
Yes, this is an exciting part of. I mean, obviously. James Dotson was the man who brought us all together, and what a way to start. I'm excited. I mean, obviously this reminds me. I could be wrong. It was about 4 years ago, I think, when you and I did a game.
Neshannock
and it was
Farrell
Neshannock.
Game.
Okay.
Neshannock Farrell at Newcastle.
Yeah.
That's the night when Mark, I think he ran up because the equipment wasn't working, and he was flying all.
Exactly.
I'm not working today, and he.
Then I lent him my equipment.
Yes. Yes, and then he calmed down.
Yeah, he was petting it, making fun of it, just cherishing it.
Yeah, that's the Neshannock Farrell. Yeah, but we're back here in the Neshannock High School now. It's a great atmosphere here. Love this place in the fall when the trees are turning and everything. So, but we got two good teams here tonight in the Neshannock and Shenango. Shenango ranked number 4 or 5, depending on which. Rankings you look at, and the Neshannock coming off a tough year last year, only 4-3. They would have finished in a normal year. They would have finished in the playoffs, but unfortunately, with all the stuff that went on last year, they lost their last 2 games of the year and did not qualify for the playoffs. So they're looking to try to get back in the playoffs. And Shenango, 7-1 last year. They were really tough 4 years ago. Coach Jimmy Graham took this program over. They were only 1-9 during their first year, and every year they have improved since then. And last year they lost in the semifinals to Clairton last year in the semifinals 55-16, but they returned 17 starters from last year's team.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
that's a good thing, but the bad thing is they're getting killed by injuries. They don't have their quarterback. They lost their running back to graduation, and Reese Watkins. So the good thing is it's week 0, which we will hopefully not say that too often.
We call round 1 instead of week 1 if we have to. Whatever
you want to do. Yeah, I don't like that week whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the good thing. It's you can either do the scrimmage or play a game that counts, semi-counts in quotes. Like Elwood City, we have next week the Elwood City Union game. Elwood City chose to do a scrimmage.
Sure.
To do the second scrimmage. Only 19 WPL teams decided to do that scrimmage. I like this version better to play a game, but
Yeah, and I think you actually can get more out of playing the full game in an atmosphere in front of the fans, with the officials, and it's not a controlled scrimmage. And that, to me, you can learn a lot more about your team and give them an opportunity to really enjoy the competition of football itself.
And you have the whole fans, the band, the cheerleaders.
Exactly, the whole high school football atmosphere.
Yeah, isn't that
phenomenal.
nice to have, by the way?
Anybody who's broadcast games in the last 12, 14, 16 months, absolutely. It's phenomenal. You never take that for granted. I don't think we ever did originally, but after going through what everyone has experienced in the last 18 months, it's just phenomenal.
It's great to see smiling faces and actually see tuba and trumpet players who are allowed to play their instruments.
Exactly. Or they're not like 7 feet away from each other.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But we digress, and it should be a fun one here tonight, though.
It really should. I was looking at the lineups, and we were talking about Shenango Wildcats earlier. They have a very veteran offensive line, Lee. I mean, they have 2 juniors and 3 seniors that will be starting on their offensive line. Obviously, running the ball is a big part of their success. I know you know more about them than I do. Just talk about it in a sense what you have experienced from the Wildcats in the past.
Well, the Wildcats, unfortunately, they lost. Like we already talked about. They lost Reese Watkins to graduation, and Reese Watkins last year averaged 10 yards a carry, had 1,271 yards rushing last year. So that's a load.
Yeah.
To lose, unfortunately. And then they lost their quarterback, Tino Camboli, who was going to come back and start. He would have been a 4-year starter, but unfortunately got hurt playing baseball, had arm surgery. He's out for the football season. So that throws you to the sophomore or freshman quarterback they're battling out. And we just found out the sophomore quarterback got hurt in Sam Myers. So the freshman, Sam Patton, will be making his first varsity start tonight. So throw that into a home game, and then you're already short players. Well, you think they might be running the ball a lot. Yes, I think they're going to be running the ball a lot. Let's see who might be taking those rushes tonight. It's going to be a couple of different guys. I mean, you'll be going over the starters here as we get closer to the game start here. But, you would think Shenango's going to try with that experience on the offensive line, try to dominate, try to take time off the clock and see, let the chips fall where they may. But it's you hate to throw freshmen into a starting at the high school level.
Fire.
Yeah, at least it's nothing taken away from single A or double A football, but at least it's not the 6A level or 5A level.
Right.
So at least it's a little lower level where you don't have 300-pound linemen most of the time at this level. So we'll see how Sam Patton does, because he is listed at 5'10", 180, so a very good size freshman. So we'll see how he performs here tonight. But Shenango, they as I said, they lost in the semis to Clareton last year, returning 17 starters from last year. Coach Jimmy Graham, he's in his 4th year. He started for the Shenango program back in 1996, believe it or not. So he was on the basketball team also, and he played football and baseball at Westminster. So but he's talking to I didn't get to talk to Jimmy Graham, but when you look at the articles, and he just loves coming back here to his alma mater, and that's such a big thing. Come back to alma mater and be able to coach.
It really, truly is. All right, we're listening to and watching the LGKG pregame show. Let's take our first time out. We'll be right back on LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel, to embroidery, and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
And welcome back to the LGKG pregame show. A law firm of AV-rated attorneys as super lawyers. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George has been keeping promises for over 80 years. Call 724-201-1576 to get their teams of attorneys to guide you through the legal process, or visit them online at lgkg.com. At Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, we try cases, and insurance companies know it. Lee, we just got done talking a little bit about Shenango, but let's now turn the page and talk about Neshannock coming into tonight's ball game. This is a program that's kind of on the rebound, is the best probably way to say it.
Well, after last year, I mean, I'll take another one. Thank you. we'll take another one. Very hot night here in the Shenango. Yeah, in the Shenango, I said, we already mentioned that they're coming off the 4-3 season, but Coach Mazzocco has been doing a terrific job since he's been here in the Shenango. This is his 10th year as Coach Mazzocco, as I get bombarded with signs here.
Someone threw that at you.
Oh, is that what? Already,
sure.
Stop talking. No, anyways, Coach Mazzocco is 71-20 in his 10 years. And before he got here, they never won a playoff game. They only had 3 playoff appearances in 54 years, and they had 4 wins or less in 30 seasons. So, I mean, a rough time here in the Shenango football. And Coach Mazzocco, when he took the job, they said, "You're nuts." He said, "You don't want to go to Neshannock. There's no way you're going to win it in Neshannock." But he's been coaching assistant coaches. He was an assistant coach at Shenango for a few years, assistant coaches around the area. But when the head coaching job came up, he said, "I want to do it." And they thought he was nuts. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
He's not nuts. He turned his program around, and he's been just doing great. So saw him won that championship game. Been to a championship game. Unfortunately, they lost to Steel Valley. And that was the Steel Valley team, was it 3-4 years ago, I believe it was, that Mercy ruled every team. So, that was the team with Paris Ford on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they killed everybody, even the state championship. But Coach Mazzocco's been doing a great job, and he has high hopes here for this year. Okay, Kurt Summerfield, he's going to be your quarterback. Summerfield last year, had my stats sitting here. Kurt Summerfield last year, 32 of 51 for 380 yards. Didn't throw the ball an awful lot, but this kid's got a strong arm, can run the ball well. He ran for over 200 yards. But the person we're going to be talking about tonight is Cameron Owens. The kid's a stud. He's one of the best running backs in the WPIL. James Dotson, who runs this network, said, "You pray 30 times. You're going to be hearing his name." He does a little bit of everything. He runs He's on the basketball team. He runs track. He qualified for high jump in the States, and he medaled in the WPL championships in the high jump, the triple jump, and the long jump. Kid's an athlete.
Yeah.
The kid's an athlete, so you're going to be hearing his name an awful lot. So the Neshannock, again, defensively, usually very, very strong, and we'll see how that plays out here tonight also.
Yeah, when you talk about able to be a running team and behind a athlete like that, it's talking about then the offensive line coming through for them. And this year they're looking at Landon Schaefer and Mason Manos and Michael Altmaier and Edmund Holmes and Jackson Merzago. on the line.
Yeah, and that Mazzocco name, yes, that's son. That's the coach's son. So we'll see how we have to say nice things about him since he's the coach's son. I'm sure he's the
it's exciting. Actually, I enjoy when they have that connection, when you can find a coach that actually has the opportunity to coach his son or his daughter, depending on the sport, that opportunity to do it. It's a unique circumstances to allow that to happen. Sometimes the coaching fraternity does not allow it because basically in the scenarios, they might be in a different school district than actually where they're coaching at.
Yeah, but and I'd always hate to be the coach's son or daughter,
Yeah, it's tough.
Because you would think the coach probably think you'd have to treat them the worst. Not the worst, but be the hardest on.
Exactly. Have the highest expectations.
Yeah, and you never get a break because on the way home in the car, guess what? You're talking about the game and everything. But give them credit on that as the Neshannock band comes out onto the field.
All right, let's take another time out here on LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
And welcome back to the LGKG pregame show here on LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP. I'm Tim Continental, along with my partner Lee Moan, and down on the field is our partner James Dodson. James, are you there, my friend?
I got you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, we can hear you well. James Dodson, instead of he did such a poor job. No, instead of broadcasting tonight, he's running the camera tonight here for the LCAP Sports Network, which is great, Lawrence County.
Yeah, no, don't be too critical of me, forward.
That's all right. We'll pause for our national anthem.
Whatever it takes, guys.
Yeah, that was in honor of Mark Schoss because when Mark would want to be part of this network so bad.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to do this back in his days, and unfortunately we didn't have the technology that. And make a long story short, when Mark was here broadcasting, when the alma mater was playing here in the Neshannock, I would have to bring us back from the radio commercials because he would be standing as proud as can be because he graduated from the Neshannock High School. So James decided, and I agreed with it too, is like we are always going to be standing at attention when we're here in the Neshannock, we're staying at attention for honor for remember Mark Schoss. So that's what
perfect.
we're doing.
Yes, yeah, without a question. Was very, very fortunate in life to actually fill in for him that time where he was ill, and got to meet him and really became good friends for that short time before Mark passed on. But more than anything, I had a lot of fun with Mark. He was a guy who he wasn't afraid to tell you what he thought at the moment, was he?
To put it lightly, and how he kept that off the air or how he relayed it on the air cleanly was another story. So
Oh yeah.
He did a great job. But anyways,
a super sports fan too. That's what I always remember him for.
Yeah, without a doubt. So fun times for sure. The Neshannock now coming in is that both these schools, first game of the year in the Neshannock playing in the Big Mac Midwestern Conference with Beaver Falls, Elwood City, Freedom, Laurel. A big win last night against the Northeast Grape Pickers.
The Grape Pickers.
The Grape Pickers, yes, I do have a shirt.
Excellent.
The Grape Pickers last night. Mohawk losing to Union last night. And then New Brighton and Riverside. Shenango's conference are going to be playing in the conference in the Big Seven, another tough conference. And with Burgettstown, Cornell, Fort Cherry, Northgate, who broke their 34-game, I believe it was 34-game losing streak last night. It was the longest losing streak in the WPIL. They beat Carmichael's last night. I can't remember the score off the top of my head, but they are finally break that string. So Our Lady Sacred Rochester is, again, one of the favorites along with Shenango in the Big Seven Conference and Union. Those are the conference that we have. So should be a fun year. Can't wait to
It's just great to have football back in the air, and we're just a few moments away really from tonight's game getting started. It should be a
fun one.
It
should be a good test.
You are listening to the LGKG pregame show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law office of Luxembourg, Garbick, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Luxembourg, Garbick, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years.
Shenango comes out onto the field. We're still waiting for the Neshannock Lancers. It's about a 2.5-mile walk from from the high school to the.
Yeah, they thought about it when they built this here.
Yeah, it is a long walk. But how about the crowd though? Lined away. The balloons are going around, going out,
and the festal atmosphere with the bounce arounds and that for the young kids and all the balloons as you mentioned, and we have the Lancers not far away. They're
they're coming.
They're coming. I think they're making their way soon.
Yeah,
we have the junior Lancers waiting for them. So.
Yeah, so it's just a gorgeous night. No other really games going on around the WPIL. We do have the scores from last night's action around the WPIL scrolling across the bottom of your screen, so you can at least if you were asleep last night or did not get any of the scores around Lawrence County, those are scrolling across your computer screen. So do that. So tonight is the only game in the area, so a lot of people should be tuning in tonight to Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP for tonight's game. And the next week we will be at Union High School on Friday night, the home of the Scotties, with the big win against Mohawk last night. They only have 26 players on their roster. But we'll be at the Union next week. Elwood City going to be making their first game of the year. And then next Saturday night, I think it's you and I again, isn't it?
I believe it is.
I believe we're going to be at Shenango High School next week for Laurel, who had that big win against the Grape Pickers. Yeah, they had 9 possessions last night, the Laurel Spartans. They scored on 8 possessions.
Wow.
Yeah, so they
fantastic.
dominated Northeast last night. I believe his final score was 56-0 or 56-14, one or the other. Look at the score at the bottom of your screen. It's probably there. And, yeah, we'll be at Shenango next week. So always a fun place to do a game from Shenango High School there, too. So looking forward to that next week. And then hopefully after that, we will start on week 2, we will hopefully be having 2 games a week on Friday night. We will see how that plays out, but it seems to be doing. How about this entrance?
Yes.
By the Neshannock Lancers going into the tent.
The tunnel, yes.
Into the tunnel, coming out. This is unique. Check this out, Mr. Dawson.
Here they come. They busting out, and here comes the Lancers. Greeted by the fans and student body, and it should be a great season here in 2021 for high school football in Lawrence County. Glad to have everybody aboard as we get going here on lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
Yeah, that's one of the more unique entrances I've
It
seen.
is. I like that.
Yeah.
It was, you get them all in there, kind of hidden, and then they bust through. And we are just moments away here from tonight's game, probably about 2 minutes, as once the band is able to finish off here and exit, we'll have the players come onto the field for the opening kickoff. And as you mentioned earlier, Lee, it's going to be interesting for a small numbered team in Shenango and starting a freshman quarterback.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see how that plays out. And, so we'll see how he handles that pressure. He's sure there's going to be some jitters earlier on, but we'll see how he does. But the good thing about the freshman quarterback, he's going to have some great pictures to look at because tonight's pictures, tonight's game, they're going to be available on our website thanks to Something for Your Wall Photography. Nothing is better than the perfect capture moment, the slide into home, crossing the goal line, the perfect dig, the concentration, the frustration, the elation, the first start as a quarterback at Shenango High School. How about that? Heather Waltzer wants to give you something for your wall. Check out select images of tonight's game on lcsportsnet.com and check out all our great capture moments on Facebook. Search Something for Your Wall on Facebook.
And tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty, catering to buyers, sellers, and renters in Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. at 724-301-1482. Check out the current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust. So with that in mind, let's look at Shenango Wildcats offense. We do have a change in quarterback. Originally, it was going to be Sam Myers, but he unfortunately got injured this past few days, so he's not available, and it is going to be Will Patton.
Okay, real quick, Neshannock won the toss. They'd elected to defer, and Shenango would be receiving. So go ahead with those starting lineups.
At running back will be Aaron Martin, number 21, 5'8", 200, a senior. Running back C.J. Miller, wearing number 2, is 5'9", 175-pound junior. At the wideout is Preston Shri and Dalton Peters, number 23 and 30 respectively. Shears at 6'0", 180 senior, and Peters at 6'3", 175-pound senior. At tight end is Will Patton. He's 6'4", 235. He's a senior. Austin Brinton is the left guard. Left tackle. Left guard is Jason Dominic. At center is Brandon Stuck. Right guard is Trevor Valentini. And at right tackle is Kyle Linhart. For Neshannock, when they're on defense, they'll start at defensive end Landon Schaefer, Mason Monis, and Iman Holmes at nose tackle. At outside linebackers, Pallarino. Middle linebacker is Peyton Weaver, and middle linebacker is Ryan Huff. The outside linebacker is Matt Maloney. Cornerback is Lucy DeLillo, and a quarterback is Johnny Huff. A safety is Cameron Owens and Anthony Bonner. And we're just about ready to get kicked off here as Neshannock is ready to tee the ball up at the 40-yard line as we get ready for tonight's opening kickoff to start the 2021 season here in Neshannock. It's a line drive kick down the right side. It's going to be picked up about the 20-yard line, across the 25, brings it towards the middle, cuts it back to the 35-yard line. A nice start here for Shenango.
Yeah, C.J. Miller with that return. Took that line drive kick and got a good 15 yards. So C.J. Miller, the junior.
So the Wildcats will count. They'll start the ball at the 37-yard line. Shenango, quarterback underneath center, the one receiver left and right with the wing on the right side. Handoff goes to the tail, and he goes straight forward, and he's going to pick up about a yard. Running the ball is Martin, the 5'8", 200-pound senior here for the Wildcats. And I'll bring up second down and 9 here for Shenango.
Well, guess what? We got bad information. Sam Myers is out there starting.
Oh, Sam Myers is starting. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
So we were talking to one of the coaches. He said the freshman will be starting, and must have just did that to
throw
trick us, I guess. Yeah. But Myers is out there.
Excellent. So Sam Myers, a 6'1", 160-pound sophomore at quarterback, takes the snap. He'll hand it off, and he'll go to Miller this time, and Miller's going to be trapped in the backfield and dropped around the 35-yard line.
Boy, Anthony, what a great tackle there coming in.
So it'll bring up a third down and 13 here for Shenango. They started this drive at their own 37-yard line. So big third down opportunity here to try to convert third and long here for Shenango, and Sam Myers at quarterback in shotgun. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. He's back to pass. He's looking left side. He throws down the middle, has a man open, and completes it. I believe.
Or interception, one or the other.
Is it juggled and taken out? Let's see.
They're going to say completion.
Yeah, completion to C.J. Miller, the
Wow.
5'9", 175-pound running back in the slot there for Shenango.
Yeah, it was a jump ball, and Miller came down with it. So great job by C.J. Miller.
Picks up 20 yards on the play, and it brings the ball out to the 47-yard line of Neshannock.
19-yard gain there. Good throw there by Sam Myers. He was pressured by Landon Schaefer, who's coming off a gruesome ankle injury from last year.
So Myers underneath center this time. He'll send them back in motion. He'll hand it off to Miller, and Miller will go up the gut, keeps his feet moving up across the 45 down to the 44-yard line.
Boy, Myers fortunate to hang on to that ball. That ball was juggling as he was handing off to Myers off to Miller, and Miller able to get some tough yardage.
Yeah, you got the 3 M's in the backfield. Myers at quarterback, Martin at running back, and Miller also at running back here for Shenango. They'll have a split eye formation in the backfield with the wing to the right. They'll bring the ring in motion. That is Peters. They'll hand it off again to Miller, and Miller will try the left side and pick up about a yard to the 44-yard line, and they'll bring up a third down and long coming up here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Matthew Ionelli, good job fighting off that block. First man in on the tackle, so you're in that third and range. You know, it's like, do you want to run? Do you want to throw?
Well, it really depends on your philosophy. If you plan on going on fourth down, because you're kind of in that no man's land, then you could run the ball here and figure out what you want to do on fourth down. We'll see how the Wildcats handle it. Myers in shotgun. Takes the snap, and we have whistles and flags stopping the play before it started.
I think the wide receiver, no, they're going to say offsides. Let's see.
Defensive offsides?
They're saying defensive offsides, I believe. Yep, they're going to say defense offsides. I did not see who jumped for the Neshannock, but that makes things a little bit more interesting.
Might have been someone who lined up offside there, because that came immediately once they really started the play.
Yeah. By the way, look at this crowd.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Look at this. We got a full house on the Neshannock crowd and a full house It's a good night to hit the 50-50, my friend. We got a great crowd here tonight, so.
Myers underneath center. He'll bring Martin in motion. He'll hand it off to Miller. Miller goes right side, breaks a tackle, gets his feet rolling, gets down to the 30-yard line, all the way looks to about the 29. Nice play for a first down run there by Myers. By Miller.
Yeah, C.J. Miller. Looked like, I thought maybe Shenango got away with an offside. That right guard looked like he jumped just a little bit, about a half second early, but got away with it. Miller got around that right side. Good first down. Miller off to a good start. Shenango off to a great start here on their first game here in 2021.
This drive started at their own 37-yard line.
7th play of the drive, if I'm not mistaken.
Myers will draw them off sides with a little hard count there.
Yeah, take your pick, either Pallarino or Schaefer, one or the other. Yeah, I feel bad for Landon Schaefer. I think it was the 3rd play of the game last year here on home turf. Unfortunately, just the ankle, we'll just say it was an ankle injury.
Exactly.
Let's just say it that way. And unfortunately, hospital and everything else, but he's back full strength this year. It's great to see.
So 1st and 5 after the 5-yard infraction. Myers will be underneath center. Split eye in the backfield, one receiver left and right. The 6'1" quarterback takes the snap. He hands it off to Miller, goes right side, has room, he's at the 20, cuts inside down to the 15-yard line. We have a flag on the play.
Boy, I hope they're not going to get Aaron Martin on the hold. Aaron Martin threw a great block to spring him, but as he was blocking, though, he came off and the hands went up like, I didn't hold him. I didn't hold him.
Yeah.
So
trying to say it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
They might have got him. Let's see what the referees decide to call here.
Don't forget that is from the mark of the foul in high school. It will be. It looks like holding,
which I like, unlike the NFL and college where it's from the line.
Yep. So that will bring the ball back to the 33-yard line and bring up a 1st down and 13 coming up here for Shenango.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was on Aaron Martin, but he was the guilty-looking party, to say it the least.
6:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Opening drive here for the Wildcats. Underneath center is Myers. Takes the snap on a 3-step drop, throws right side, one-on-one down the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete, as we had a nice defensive play there.
Yeah, intended for Dalton Peters, but no way he was going to get there as Anthony Bonner, I believe, was on the.
Yeah, Brandon Huff was, I believe, on the coverage
Huff?
there.
Yeah, it was Huff, so no chance whatsoever on that, so 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 13, ball at the 33-yard line. Myers will take the snap from under center. And he's going to draw him off sides again.
Yeah, I think I was Schaefer again.
Yeah. So they're going to get 5 of those yards back from the previous penalty that went against them. So a little jitters here in the opening drive for both teams.
And Schaefer's going to come off, and I'm sure he's just going to get a, please don't do that.
Yeah, just settle down. Got a long game in front of us.
2nd and 8 for the Wildcats.
So the Wildcats will send one receiver left and right. Myers will be under center. Two backs in the backfield. Handoff goes to Miller. Miller goes left side. He gets down close to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Boy, it looked like he was going to go, didn't it? But Cameron Owens, boy, did he stick him.
Yeah.
He hit him at the 25, and he did not go forward. That's what Cameron Owens brings to the table.
Landon Schaefer re-enters the game here for the Lancers.
This kind of drive you like. You know, taking almost half the clock here in the first quarter.
Yeah, down under 6 minutes here to play in the first. Myers underneath center. Split eye in the backfield. Hand off to Miller. Miller's going to try right side and lose some of his footing as he goes forward, but he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, Cameron Owens, and again, as Miller cut back, Owens was there. And again, another good job, Aaron Martin. Good, a nice job blocking his Mr. Martin. You would think Shenango would probably go for it. Would be about a 39-yard field goal. Don't know. Did not watch the kickers in the pregame. So, kid from Central Catholic last night hit a 46-yarder.
Fantastic.
Yeah, against
what a weapon to have.
The old Imhotep from Philadelphia. They're usually good at basketball, but they got one of the top teams in the country in football this year.
So Myers, here comes the Wildcats on 4th down. I formation in the backfield. They'll bring Martin in motion. Handoff goes to Miller. He's going to try the right side. He should have enough for the first down as he gets close to the 17-yard line.
And Shenango's just entered the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone. And that timeout is being brought to you by the Pontius Insurance. Just like the teams go to the sideline to listen to their coach and discuss their needs, that's what you get at Pontius Insurance. They put their attention to things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Pontius Insurance, love the life you live. Worry-free. Now, was that a regular timeout or was that a heat timeout?
I believe it was a timeout taken by Neshannock, yes.
Yeah. Because I know that last night we did the heat timeout. So I don't know if you had that last night.
Yeah, you know, it's a very important thing. I mean, so much hydration needs to be done. I mean, these players are going to lose a lot of water throughout the ball game, and to keep them hydrated. As this game goes on, and I'm sure you've seen in the game last night, Lee, that you're going to have cramps. I mean, it's probably unavoidable, but for the most part, you got to keep your players hydrated.
Yeah, like I said, I think I told you there's a 4-bottle game for me.
1 a quarter.
I'm 1 down right now. So, yeah, you stay hydrated. So,
we're down under 5 minutes here to play. 4:56 when that timeout was taken.
Yeah, interesting timeout taken by the Neshannock. Didn't like the way things were going. Shenango really dominating a little bit. So, it looks like Mr. Dotson's making a recovery here with another camera possibly. So,
yeah, we'll check in with him maybe.
Yeah,
first opportunity we get.
Yeah, he's Plan B in effect right now.
2 receivers to the left here for Shenango. Myers underneath center. Miller in the eye. He'll take the snap. Miller goes left side and gets close to the 14-yard line.
It's a C.J. Miller show, isn't it?
Yeah. The 5'9", 170-pound junior.
8 carries already for C.J. Miller.
10 plays on this drive.
25 yards on 8 carries for CJ.
This drive started at Shenango's 37-yard line, and we're 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on a moving clock here in the first quarter.
Boy, unlike last night's game. We had 3 scores in the first 5 minutes.
In shotgun now is Myers. Takes the snap, looking right side, has a man, and complete. It is again Miller. And he's going to go out of bounds around the 10-yard line.
I don't think that was intended for Miller. There was a receiver behind him.
I think he just reached out and said, "That's mine."
I did not see who was behind him, but I think that might have been picked off if it went for that other receiver.
Yeah.
But Miller came in and why not? Hey, it worked. Got him.
It got him yardage. Exactly.
Actually, got him 3 yards. They said he was out at the 12.
All right. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 here coming up for Shenango. I formation in the backfield. Myers underneath center. Hands off again to Miller. Miller goes right up the gut, and he's going to get close to the sticks. It's going to be an interesting mark here. He might be just shy of that first down. Trying to get that 1st and goal scenario.
Yeah, we're going to definitely, they're looking. Just bring out the chains already. Yeah. Just bring them out. Your eyes aren't good enough. Just bring them out, please. There you go. Now, let's talk about it first.
So, yeah. There we go. Hey, group decision. Say let's go ahead and bring them out.
Gonna definitely be close. So I'm gonna say he has it. My first call of the year. as they bring
All
the
right,
chains out.
You got the binoculars. You let me know.
You can't judge from the crowd either because we got an even crowd here tonight. Stretch the chains. Gonna be short.
Yeah. Just shy.
I'd say about 10 links.
Well,
10 to 15 links. Length of the football, probably.
This
short.
is time for one of my favorite plays in football, the quarterback sneak.
Why do you like that play so much?
Because it's the most successful play in football.
Okay.
It should be. All you have to do is the quarterback get the ball from the center and follow your line.
Well, see, in Pittsburgh, they don't know how to run that. Even though they have a 6'5", 250-pound quarterback,
exactly,
they don't know how to run it.
That's my point. When you have the athletes in that, you should be able to pick up a half a yard with a really simple play. And it's the most secure play. It's just being from the center to the quarterback.
Mike Tomlin, if you're tuning in, that's just my opinion. Okay?
Yeah, it's my opinion too. All right, 4th and goal. Well, actually, excuse me, 4th and less than 1. Meyer underneath center. And
Fumble.
it is a snap.
He fumbled it.
And we have snap, and it may be recovered by Neshannock inside the 7-yard line.
It sure was. But we had a flag. Nope. Referee picked the flag up, must have fell out of his pocket. So a bad snap. Your most successful play. Unfortunately, the quarterback had to get the ball first.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Sam Myers, he was running before he had the ball, fumbled it, and Neshannock picks it up. And after 8 minutes and 22 seconds, they finally get their first possession. So a long drive for nothing.
So Neshannock will take over at their own 7-yard line.
Wow. That's disappointing there.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaking scenario if you're
and
the Wildcats.
It looked like a good snap, but it looked like Myers was just going forward before he had that. Yeah, before he had that ball.
Yeah.
So, nonetheless, it's first down to Shenango.
I still love the play though. I think it's the right call.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. No. It's just
Summerfield takes the snap. He's back on a 3-step drop. He throws it over to Owens. Owens down the left side, and he's going to get close to the 10-yard line on that little screen play.
So we're going to see how many ways they can get the ball into the hands of Cameron Owens tonight.
Yes. In the pistol is Summerfield. Owens will now move from the left side to the right side in the backfield. Takes a short snap. He throws it out quickly. Completes it out to Huff. And Huff will be down around the 13-yard line.
They're going to give him forward progress to the 15.
Okay.
Wow.
A little more than I thought, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Going over here for Neshannock.
That's where he caught the ball. The good defense right there. I believe that was Dando. Excuse me. I think it was C.J. Miller on the tackle, or Dando, one or the other.
So Kurt Summerfield looks over the defense. He has Owens to his left. They'll bring one in motion. Hand off to Owens. Owens is going to get caught in the backfield and brought down around the 12-yard line by a host of Shenango defensive players.
Yeah, leading the way was Trevor Valenti. Boy, great job of coming off that block, and he was able to grab, and then the rest of the Wildcats surrounded. So 3 and out. Great start here for the Shenango Wildcats.
Yeah, defense came out big, and they'll get the ball back. They'll send 2 deep to receive this punt.
It's going to be Hayden Morgan and Hunter Lively deep.
And here's the kick, and snap went over the head and out of bounds and out of the end zone, and that will be 2 points here for Shenango.
Yeah, the oohs and the ahs came out because that snap didn't even have a chance to catch that ball, was the punter for the Neshannock. So Shenango, they did get some points.
They did. The defense actually earns them, but it is 2-0.
Scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the brand new cafe and bakery section or place a to-go order online at josephsnc.com. Joseph's Marketplace, family-owned and operated since 1915, and that's where I might go next week. We went to the Crane Room, which was one of our sponsors, which we'll talk about for the out-of-town scoreboard, but we don't have it, but we'll talk about the Crane Room a little bit. Joseph's has a barbecue ribs and chicken on the weekend, and next weekend's the last weekend
of the summer
that they'll be doing it. So we might check that out next week and maybe
like
to get it to order. Yeah, so they're on Mercer Road, Joseph's Bakery. We have the ads. So please, all the sponsors we have here in Lawrence County, SportsNet, please patronize, because this is why we're able to bring those to it. And Mr. Dotson waving a load down there. How's things going, James?
It's going well. I want to give credit to Peyton Weaver, who got the fumble recovery on that fourth down play, but then a good chance for the Wildcats to get some points, a good field position here.
Miller takes that free kick across the 50 and down to the 44-yard line.
And a late flags flying, and we're going to have some unsportsmanlike conduct flying as the rivalry between Shenango and Neshannock.
Yeah, two flags, two different spots there, Lee. We got one at the 40 and one at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, let's probably we'll see if they're offsetting, but we will see. Looks like the signals from what I'm looking maybe offsetting.
Trying to get his mic to work. Let's see if it works this time. Maybe not.
The flags are picked up. Wildcats will start first and 10 for Lancer.
Flags are still, I guess we're guessing off. There we go.
Personal foul against Shenango and a personal foul against Neshannock, so they will offset. And they'll just keep the ball right where it's at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Mr. Dawson.
Yeah, guys, they got number 4 on red and 24 on white. Got a little bit too aggressive after the play there.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. And by the way, the all-time series between Shenango and Neshannock, Shenango leads the all-time series 35-15-2, but they lost the last 6 out of 7. Had the Wildcats to the Lancers.
So Myers underneath center. They'll put Miller out in the slot. They'll bring Peters in motion, and they'll hand it off to Martin, and he'll go down at the 45-yard line. He'll lose about a yard on the play.
He'll go nowhere. He started, but there was good pressure in the backfield, and no chance at all.
So they'll lose one and bring up second down and 11.
Quick move in first quarter. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Under a minute here to play here in the first. 2-0 if you're just joining us. Wildcats with the lead.
Sounds like a baseball score.
Yeah, it does. Who hit the 2-run dinger?
Not the Pirates.
Myers underneath center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to his deep back. He'll go forward, get close to the 40-yard line. And that is Miller running the ball.
That should do it for the first quarter. Let's see if Shenango decides to run another play because the clock's under 40. 31. No, they don't have to run another play. It doesn't look like they will either.
No. No need to. No reason to. As the clock winds down, as we're coming to the end of the first quarter, as Shenango leads the Lancers here in Neshannock 2-0. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kurtwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kurtwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kurtwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust. Minutes on the clock as we enter the second quarter here in Neshannock. 2-0. Shenango with the lead. Shenango with the ball. They'll have it at the 39-yard line.
Mr. James Dawson, if you can find some of those footballs that are flying, the cheerleaders are throwing up here, we'd take a football. But James is not in the area, unfortunately, to grab any of those footballs. So, oh, we tried.
So 3rd down and 6. Ball at the 39.
Ten carries for 34 yards for C.J. Miller in that first quarter.
Myers will bring Martin in motion. They'll hand off to Miller. Goes left side. Has room to the 35. Turns the corner to the 30. To the 20. To the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. C.J. Miller. Miller on 3rd down and about 6 takes to the left side for the distance for the touchdown.
And no flags, Martin. We talked about that offensive line, didn't we?
Yes, we
before,
did.
Before we started, and that would probably be the strength of the Wildcats, and they came out and did a nice job. Martin was leading the way, the fullback, as you might say, and Miller got to the outside. Once he got to that corner, was able to just tiptoe, as you said, in there. And the Wildcats are up 9-0. And at the end of the game, we will be having a play of the game and a player of the game this year. We'll be handing out special T-shirts. We'll talk a little bit about that in the second half. But we got to keep in mind of our play of the game and player of the game tonight, Mr. Constanza.
Yes, we will definitely keep that in mind. Something to talk about throughout the game. Looks like Miller will do the kicking here for Shenango.
And they have not started the play. They finally started the play clock. Boy, the referees are being very gracious.
Very generous, yes.
Jeez, man. And
waiting for the tee to come in.
That's not the referee's problem. C.J. Miller, what else? The kicks, too.
Yep, here's the snap and the hold. The kick is up, and it is no good. Off to the right.
With 11 minutes and 59 seconds left in the second quarter.
Let's take a timeout. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Miller will tee the ball up at the 40-yard line to kick off here. Here's the kick from Miller. It's a high, slow kick, and we're going to get a whistle stop and play there. Not sure what the call is there, Lee.
The referee not ready?
Maybe they just didn't blow the start of the...
we have an offsides on Shenango.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Dawson, you were standing right at that yard line. Did you see the offsides?
Yeah, somebody on the near side. I think it was the second or third player in. Just a little bit too antsy to get going. I believe it was number 32, just kept ahead of the play.
And that's our sideline reporter tonight, Mr. James Dawson, along with the cameraman. Thanks for him for doing triple duty, running the network.
Yeah, exactly.
Being the cameraman and our sideline reporter.
Yeah.
Next, hopefully, he's going to cook us dinner.
I'm not sure we want that, do we?
Well, I left his microphone off for that.
There's the short kick again, but this time it'll go out of bounds. We're on the 32-yard line.
Boy, if I'm the Shenango, I'm making a kick it again.
Yeah.
I'm taking the 5 yards.
Yeah, make them kick it down
I
the
mean,
middle.
I'm making a kick it again. Forget about taking the ball at the 35 or the 40. Because C.J. Miller is not showing a strong leg right now in this kick. He's definitely trying to keep it away from Cameron Owens right now. That's the strategy. I let him kick it again.
I think they are. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, gonna kick it from the 30 now. So I mean, if you're Shenango right now, you got to be just thinking a squid kip down the middle and hope for the best to keep it away from their from Owens.
Yeah, they don't want that ball into Owens or Summerfield down there.
Not if you want to be gutsy with the 8-0 lead doing onside.
I mean, they've been kicking the ball to the right side.
Yeah, away from him.
Away from Owens, as far away as possible.
Exactly.
So, let's try our third kick.
Owens now standing around the 25-yard line. Here's Miller's kick, and you're going to kick away again. This time it'll be infield. It'll be fielded at the 33 as they cross the 40 and get down to the 44-yard line.
Matthew Iannelli taking that short kick, so the Lancers gain a few yards by making them kick it over. So Lancers with only 3 offensive plays there in that first quarter. So far, they'll get their second offensive possession. They went 3 and out their first time up.
It's 11:43 remaining here in the first half.
Still love the crowd here.
Summerfield in shotgun. He'll send 4 receivers in pattern, 3 to the left, right, 1 to the left. And it'll be a keeper there by Summerfield as he goes right side, crosses the 50, gets it down to the 45, picks up the first down in the process, and keeps moving the pile down close to the 44-yard line.
A good positive play there by Summerfield as a man lost his helmet was Jackson Mazzocco. He'll have to leave the field, but as soon as that play was started, he was pulling right and that helmet just came flying off, so he'll have to get replaced. But a good strong run there by Kurt Summerfield. Kurt Summerfield. And the first down of the new year for the Neshannock Lancers.
Lancers trail this game 8-0. Summerfield in shotgun, takes a snap, he'll pitch it out to Owens. Owens going to elude one tackler, but not the second, as he is brought down at the 44-yard line.
Lenhart with a great tackle. Fought off. Lunge for Owens. That's what you got to do. You cannot give Owens space because if he finds that crease, he's got the breakaway speed. And we talked about his athletic ability in the pregame. He's got 2 carries for -4 yards so far, does Owens.
Second down and 11 here for Neshannock. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass is Summerfield. He'll throw a little screen pass to Owen. Owen has someone in front of him, but he gets cut down. A nice play there by Aaron Martin making the play in the backfield.
How about that? Just when Owens was cutting back, a lunge by Martin, and probably saved some big yardage there. See Martin on the offensive end make some great good blocks on the offensive end. That was a good open field tackle there to prevent Owens from getting motoring.
So gain 1 on the play, brings up a 3rd down and 10. We're just under 10 minutes here to play in the second quarter.
This defense has been strong so far for the Wildcats.
4 receivers set, 3 to the short side of the field to the right. Summerfield back to pass, looking down the middle. He'll fire, has a man open at the 30. First down, pick up on that pass play to DeLeo. And in the process, there'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Lancers.
Yeah, Luciano DeLillo. Boy, he threaded a needle there. Looked like through a couple Wildcats with a good strong throw. DeLillo got hit as he caught that ball. Was able to hang on. Good 15-yard gain. Neshannock keeps the chains moving.
1st down and 10 here for Neshannock. Ball at the 28-yard line of Shenango. Somerville in shotgun. He'll bring 1 in motion, and we're going to have movement up front. stopping the play before it begins.
Yeah, if we did have an out-of-town scoreboard, it's sponsored you by the Crane Room Grill. You can grab a seat in the bar, in the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. Stop by before or after the game or visit them online at www.craneroom.com. I had the ribs tonight. Very good. And my brother had some type of sandwich. He can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. It was big and it was sort of messy, but it was pretty good though. Some type of pepper sandwich or something in that line, but
not bad.
But it was good people down at the Crane Room. Thanks for sponsoring.
Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Owens. Owens up the middle, loses control of the ball, and I think he
Owens
got it back.
Owens
Yes.
got it back, I believe. Yes, he did.
And I'll bring up second down coming up here for the Lancers.
And we can see if Owens gets in that open zone, and you can see the moves and the quickness, the slashing ability that he has.
Second down and 10 here for the Lancers. They'll send 3 receivers in pattern. 1 to the short side of the field, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Somerville takes the snap, fakes hands off to Owens, keeps himself, and gains about a yard to the 27-yard line. And they'll bring up third down and long coming up here for the Lancers. 7 minutes, 45 seconds on the moving clock here in the second quarter. 8-0. Shenango leads Neshannock. Neshannock will show 4 receivers set, 3 to the short side of the field, 1 to the left. Back to pass is Somerville. He's looking, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. A big play here for Neshannock, and we're going to get some taunting in the process, unfortunately.
Trevor Valenti sacks the quarterback, but unfortunately after the play did some WWE.
Yeah.
Standing over, and if he doesn't flex the muscles,
yeah, I think he
gets away with it. But the flexing of the muscles at the end, I think, is going to cost Shenango 15 yards.
And a first down and keeping this drive alive here.
But I have to agree with the coaches. I thought he was brutally held coming around that corner and didn't get the call.
No, he
was. But that's not part of the game. That's not the call, though, unfortunately. Now Shenango is going to – that's the first personal foul call.
Well, this will be the first
Valenti.
one. Yeah, this will be the first one for Shenango being accepted. Both teams had a personal foul that was offsetting earlier in the game.
I don't see there was unless that's his second one.
Was that?
I'm not too sure. Mr. Dawson, if you're tuning in here, did they just put a rule in this year if they get 2 personal fouls, you're gone? If you're listening, Mr. Dawson?
It's 2 unsportsmanlike.
Okay, so it would.
Hey, guys, that's actually exactly what the officials are telling right now. They were actually brought 55 Valenti over to have a conversation with him and the coaches to say, hey, you get 2 of those, you're out for this and the next 2 games, is what he said.
Oh.
Player. So,
wow.
Very interesting there.
Well, at least
I think it's a good opportunity, though, I think, that they're going and having a timeout, cool everybody down. Now, depending on the spot, was that enough for a first down? Because it's not an automatic first down.
It looks like it is enough for the first down because they're moving the chains, James. So,
they are moving the chains.
So
I want to mention when we have a second here, guys. A couple plays ago, Neshannock a first down completion from Luciano DeLillo. Heavy hearts across the Neshannock and Lawrence County community. Lori DeLillo, the mother of Lucy and 4 other children, passed away earlier this month due to complications from COVID-19. So our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the DeLillo family and the entire Neshannock community.
Thanks for that information, James. That's a shame, and we will definitely thoughts and prayers with the DeLillo family.
7:16 remaining here in the second quarter, so it'll be first down and 10 here for Neshannock. The Lancers down by 8, but on the move. Kurt Summerfield will take the snap in shotgun, and he'll hand it off It's a reverse, and he's going to go right side, and left side down the sideline, and into the end zone goes DeLillo. A nice play, beautiful fake. Had everybody fooled, including me at the moment. But DeLillo takes it left side and untouched down the sidelines for the touchdown.
All right on cue, talking about the DeLillo family. He's going to answer that with a great reverse and a beautiful block. I believe that was Aiden Schaefer, I believe was the block, who put the hands up saying, I don't think I did anything illegal, but got the block on. DeLillo goes around the corner and gets the score. Let's see if they go for two.
It looks like they probably will here. It looks like the offense is still out, and they're going to go into a huddle. 6:54 here to play.
Lancers are going for two.
Summerfield takes the snap. He rolls to his right. He's looking. He has a man in the end zone. Good for two.
That's Schaefer. That's DeLillo again.
DeLillo again, exactly.
Just got the feet in the end zone. So the Neshannock takes advantage of the unsportsmanlike call. Get the first down.
Yeah, took full advantage of it.
They get the reverse, get the 2-point conversion, and they tie this game. So good for the Neshannock Lancers, 8-8 with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. And let's take a break.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And welcome back here to Neshannock as we get ready here for the kickoff. We are tied at 8.
And coming up at the half, it's a Trib Live High School Sports Show. Don Rebel and Chris Harlan take a look at the week at the new playoff format, the WPL for the 2021 season. Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show presented by SA Tire and Export Tire. And we will have both bands, Shenango and Neshannock, their full halftime shows here on the Lawrence County Sports Net as the kick is taken by Shenango and fallen by Michael Egato. But that's the great thing we were talking earlier, or I talked earlier anyways, last night. It's great on the halftime show. We have both bands,
Yes.
We put the tribs.
Feature both.
Yeah, we put tribs on the sideline a little bit, but we were able to watch both bands and watch them live, which is a great thing. I mean, that's what high school football's about.
It is.
It's like college football, too. It's the band
and
everything, so it's nice to have the bands. We'll be featuring both of them here tonight.
So it'll be first down and 10 here for Shenango at their own 35-yard line.
Boy, it feels like Shenango's up by 20, doesn't it?
It does, and we're tied at 8. 6:52 here remaining in the quarter. Myers takes the snap. He'll hand it off. As they take it up the middle.
That was Hunter Lively with his first carry tonight.
Lively picks up 1 on the play and brings up second down and 9 coming up here for Shenango.
Well, they did give him 1. Okay. So momentum turning in this game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Wildcats respond to that. Now that they were actually, like you mentioned, really dominated time of possession in this ball game.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a timeout.
Yep. They're running down to 3 seconds here, and here is the timeout.
Yeah, they're going to have to go talk to Pontius Insurance. Just like they just went to the sideline to listen to their coach and discuss their needs. That's what you get at Pontius Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Pontius Insurance, love the life. You worry free. And we forgot to mention when they got the when the Neshannock got in the Red Zone, I forgot to mention that our Red Zone is sponsored by the Red Zone. Make sure you stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone. And for our information, Red Zone did Neshannock's jerseys brand new Adidas. How about that?
Yeah.
So thanks to the Red Zone for doing that. And you need to check out their store. They got all 8 county shirts in there, all kinds of everything. And then the County of Champions shirt that came out last year for all the baseball teams and softball teams. There were 5 baseball and softball teams last year in the county that won WPL championships. So they have
phenomenal.
a County of Champions shirt. So go check that out at the Red Zone. Nice little store there. And for the pictures, again, remember something for your wall. Check out their Facebook page and on the LawrenceCountySports.net. They're available on the website. Nothing's better than the perfect capture moment. The slide in the home, crossing the goal line, the perfect dig, the concentration, the frustration, and the elation. Heather Walser wants to give you something for your wall. Check out select images of tonight's game at lcsportsnet.com and check out all the great capture moments on Facebook. Search something for your wall.
6:04 remaining here in the second quarter. Myers underneath center. He'll hand it off to Miller, and he'll go forward and pick up about 2 on the play, close to the 39-yard line.
Actually, that's Hayden Morgan with his first carry of the night. So trying to see if C.J. Miller, trying to see where he is. Has not run the ball the last couple times. It is a very hot night. He is out there and lining up to the left of the quarterback as a wide receiver this time.
Myers in shotgun with 4 receivers in pattern, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Ball gets by Myers. Myers fumbles it. It's still loose. Neshannock's going to pick it up, scrambles forward, and gets the ball down inside the 15-yard line as Peyton Weaver picked up the ball and advanced it here for the Lancers.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sam Myers should have just fell on the ball, but unfortunately tried to pick it up, stumbled, could not do it. Here comes Weaver. He's able to pick it up. I thought he should have just fell on the ball, but he was able to pick it up and advance it. And they're in the Neshannock's back in the red zone. Make sure you stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road for all your county apparel needs. And Neshannock back in business after the turnover, with 5:12 to go here first half.
So here comes Neshannock at their 14-yard line of Shenango. Summerfield takes the snap, and he's going to go left side. He's going to get around the corner. He's to the 10, moves forward and gets down close to the 5-yard line, knocked out of bounds a little before that around the 7, but a nice pickup there by Summerfield on the keeper.
Yeah, thought he was going to hand it off to Owens, but he was able to pull off and get to the outside, eluded a couple tackles back in the backfield, was able to turn that corner, showing some good speed there. Pick up about 6.
5:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Neshannock looking to cash in on a fumble recovery that was inside the red zone. Kurt Summerfield looks over the defense. He has Owens to his left in the backfield. Fake to Owens. It'll be Summerfield up the middle to the 5. Dives forward inside the 5, close to the 4-yard line. And if it is, that should be enough for a first down here for the Lancers. It is a first down. It'll be first and goal coming up here for the Lancers.
Yeah, Summerfield doing a nice job with those ball fakes right now. Everybody keying on Cameron Owens, but he's making the right read right now.
He is.
Taking that ball off and doing a nice job. So first and goal for Neshannock. Thoroughly outplayed the first quarter, but boy, they made a statement here in the second quarter.
So the Lancers, first and goal at the 4-yard line. Summerfield takes the snap. He's going to fake one way. He'll go up the middle and into the end zone. 3 straight carries for Kurt Summerfield, and he'll put the Lancers on the scoreboard for the second time here tonight and give them the first lead of the ball game. A 4-yard scamper up the middle, a nice fake to Owens on a pitch, and then he went right up the gut, getting into the end zone for the touchdown.
So Kurt Summerfield having himself a fine second quarter here. Again, faking the Owens. Everybody keying on Owens, making the nice read.
Here comes the kick. The snap in the hold, and the kick is up, and it is through. With 4:12 remaining here in the second quarter, the Lancers take a lead of 15-8. You're listening and watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
Lancers getting ready to kick off here. Here's the approach, and it's a short kick over the head of the midfielders, picked up there at the 25-yard line. And it's going to roll out of bounds. I believe that was Martin on the return.
Aaron Martin with so Shenango finding himself behind by 7 right now as they took that early with the safety and then got the touchdown. And Neshannock scoring the last 15 points. Scoring Rig Crack brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the brand new cafe and bakery section or place a go order online at josephs.com. NC.com, excuse me, Joseph's Marketplace. Family-owned and operated since 1915. You realize it's over 100 years?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Phenomenal.
Yeah, and please, these sponsors tonight, please patronize these sponsors. Great local businesses bringing tonight's action.
Shenango will pitch it out wide. Miller's going to drop it, but he's going to fall on it in the backfield.
That's what you're supposed to do right there. When you fumble, turn around, fall on the ball. So you lost 8 yards, but you still have possession.
Yep.
Actually,
give your
7
team
yards.
Another opportunity, as the old saying goes.
We'll give them a 7-yard loss. Yeah, clouds are looking a little interesting right now.
I think we're going to be okay today. Just a little more humidity.
Yeah, last night the storms, they had a lightning delay at Laurel High School last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. And at Mohawk, we had nothing, which was great.
So Sam Myers would be underneath center, and then we have a whistle.
And we have a Shenango timeout. Again, brought you by Ponce's Insurance. Just like the teams go to the sideline to listen to hear their coach and discuss their needs. That's what you get at Ponce's Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at ponchesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live. Worry free.
There you go.
The one good thing about these gold shirts anyways, we can see where Mr. Dotson is on the sideline. And there he is, Mr. Dotson, looking good. I still wanted those Kelly Green shirts, but you got the gold.
Got the gold.
Yeah, he's looking good down there.
Well, guess what? here's what's the fun about sideline reporting, gentlemen. You get to hear players communicating with the fans. And Luciano Galillo, I think the reason why he was able to get that touchdown, he said he had some Taco Bell before the game. It's not sitting right, but he's running fine.
I kind of love it.
Making a run for the border, huh? 3:18 remaining here in the first half.
An unofficial sponsor tonight. Along with Charmin, I guess. I don't know. Anyways. That is a good job. I know when I took some pictures for Trib Live, I was able to catch some of that going on, too. It's always nice to be down the sideline. I appreciate James Dawson being on the sideline and doing some sideline reporting and some camera work here for tonight for Lawrence County SportsNet, sponsored by LCAP.
They'll bring Martin in motion. They'll hand it off to Miller. Goes left side, spins and gets across the 25, up close to the 27-yard line.
And what's the flag? Flag or a timeout? Timeout taken by Neshannock.
Trying to save some time here.
With 3 minutes to go. Again, Pontius Insurance sponsors those timeouts.
Timeout has been brought to you by Pontius Insurance, just like the teams that go to the sidelines and listen to their coaches and discuss their needs. That's what you get at Pontius Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so that you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at PontiusInsurance.com. Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free.
I personally think it might have been a little too early to call that timeout, but with 3:10 to go here in the first half, you burn a timeout, well, it is a third and long situation.
Exactly.
So do you call another? Well, we'll find out what the thinking goes. But they decide to try to get him to.
I think maybe the thought process is they can't burn any clock waiting for the play to run, and if they decide to run it, they wouldn't lose like for 30, 40 seconds. Now, if they throw the ball, they may actually save some time on the clock if it could become an incompletion.
Yeah, see what Shenango has up their sleeve to see how they handle this situation. It's a 3rd and 12 situation right now, and our quarterback in Sam Myers has only thrown the ball 3 times tonight, 2 for 3 for 22 yards. It's been the C.J. Miller show so far, so we're going to see if Myers can find a target here.
So one receiver left and right, wing to the left side. They'll bring the wing in motion. That is Miller. Fake to him. Roll Myers out, and Myers is going to get caught in the backfield and brought down on the sack.
Yeah, Landon Schaefer. That ankle was fully back, my friend, because he chased him down. The sack, Neshannock does not call their last time out.
So they'll save that for the offense, it looks like.
Yeah, so they should get the ball if everything goes properly with about 2:10 to go and still have a timeout. They're going to have some great field position.
And they'll
for sure.
I'm going to say Neshannock will look to try to get the ball in the hands of Owens here on this punt, I'm sure.
So I guess you're going to be kicking left then. Keep it out of Owens, maybe kick to Johnny Huff. We will see what Miller does. Yeah, timeout by Shenango.
I was going to say, the clock was just about 0 when I seen him single for the timeout.
And again, Pontius Insurance sponsoring those timeouts here in the first half. Again at halftime.
Let's do a scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shops. Check out the brand new coffee and bakery section and place to-go order at josephs.com. Joseph's Marketplace, family-owned and operated since 1915.
Yeah, Mark Schoss, there's another Schoss reference. Mr. Mark Schoss brought the, I believe, Mr. Dotson, if I'm saying right, the pudgy buns, is that what that is? I believe the pudgy buns is what they brought.
Pudgy buns.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Gotta love the pudgy buns. Hey, you mentioned the lightning at Laurel last night. You can see lightning at Laurel for hundreds of miles, so it was nowhere close. But just talking with athletic director Ed Fry, he said there is a lightning alert in Newcastle, so there is stuff pretty close.
Here's 4th down, play the snap and the kick. He'll line drive, kick it towards Huff. goes across the 50, gets by Huff, and rolls down inside the 40. A beautiful punt here for Shenango. And Miller's going to have a nice punt out of it all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Boy, I thought Iannelli was going to come up with the block there, but he got in and almost got that kick. So not bad field position. We saw the kicker for the Neshannock, I'd say 35 max.
Yeah.
Would probably be.
We have a couple flags down around the 40-yard line, I just
Oh,
seen.
wow.
So this will be interesting to see what the call is. Is it an illegal block?
And I just, unfortunately, I just saw some lightning to my right. See if they saw that. We might be getting a lightning delay here if anybody else saw that. Not yet.
We got a personal foul against Neshannock.
So that's going to move things back to the 21-yard line.
So, well, good plans sometimes go AWire on timeouts. You're trying to get the ball in great field position. You get a fantastic punt against you, and then you get a 15-yard penalty.
At least I thought I saw lightning. Yeah. Let's say like that. Sometimes
sometimes
you blink. Well, sometimes you blink fast.
And you get a little
because
flash.
I did that umpiring this summer. I was like, I thought I saw lightning, and I was like, I asked my partner, and he said, no, that wasn't lightning. It's like, okay, great. And sometimes the camera flash.
I was going to say it could have even been just looking at the lights.
Yeah. So, but anyways.
All right.
Neshannock, let's see what they were thinking now with a little over 2 minutes to go here first half.
There's a dump pass across the middle. It gets to Schaefer, and Schaefer pulls it upfield all the way across the 40 down to the 44-yard line. Summerfield to Schaefer. Nice pickup on first down.
It'll be a hurry-up offense, you would think, with 1:55 to go. Neshannock still's got one timeout left. Still taking their time, but good pickup there, 22 yards.
We're down under a minute 40 here to play in the first half. 3 receivers set here for Summerfield. They'll bring one in motion. Hand off to Owens. Owens strikes forward, gets close to midfield. And a timeout taken here by Neshannock.
Hard to believe that's only the 5th carry of the night for Cameron Owens right now.
Yeah. Seems like we've called his name often, too.
5th carry for 7 yards.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about him, being the workhorse here tonight, but he's hasn't. And it's been Summerfield been doing a nice job running this offense, with the zone reads and reading well. And it looks like we have our first cramp of the night, Mr. Jackson Mazzacco. At least I hope it's a cramp. Usually in this situation, it's a cramp.
That's usually the case this time of a ball game.
Looks like they're working on the left calf of Jackson, so this is not a timeout. Actually, they're going to charge the Lancers.
Yeah, they took a timeout before he went down, I think.
Yeah, that's
Coach
a bad break.
I think, came right onto the field and singled a timeout right to the official.
Yeah, it's a bad break there. Jackson will get up and limp off. We saw a lot. If you tuned in last night to our game at Mohawk High School, we saw about 10 breaks last night because of cramps in the second half.
And that's, with this humidity, is not uncommon. So 3 receivers set, 1 to the short side of the field, 2 to the left. Summerfield in the pistol. Takes the low snap. He'll throw it out wide. Gets it to DeLillo as he goes across the 45-yard line, enough for the first down. And in the process, they'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains. Clock continues to run. Here we go. Back pass again is Summerfield. He looks, he's in trouble. Ball's loose on a sack. And what?
Shenango recovered, but they're going to
say he's down, I think, before the ball came loose.
I think they're going to say the arm was coming forward.
Yeah, They're calling a forward pass on that. Wow.
Woo.
Hey, they have a better view than we do.
Boy, from up here, it sure looked like he got popped.
I thought so, too. But I will defer to the officials on the field.
Well, we don't have a choice.
That's true.
But we're 100 yards away, and he's 5 yards away. So From up here, it sure looked like through my binoculars, it looked like he got popped. But nonetheless, incomplete pass.
Second down and 10 here for Neshannock. Low snap again for Summerfield. He's looking downfield. He's in trouble this time, and he's going to go down back at the 47-yard line.
So Kyle Lowenhauer with the sack.
Bring up third down and long coming up here. Third down about 18.
And remember, the Neshannock no timeouts.
We're down under 40 seconds here to play in the quarter. Back to pass to Summerfield. He's in trouble again, and he's going to be sacked for a second time.
And that should be an intentional grounding.
They're going to throw the flag there.
That was an easy one to call.
Yeah.
It's 2 straight sacks. And that
stops the clock. Just under 30 seconds here to play.
So Neshannock's going to have to punt the ball because it's going to be 4 seconds left. Play clock should be running right now, and it's not.
It is.
The play clock never ran.
Oh, okay.
So the play clock started late, and that's going to allow Neshannock not to have to snap the ball. So that's a break for the Neshannock. Even though there still would have been 4 seconds left, and they would have still have to.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Still would have had to snap the ball, but they did not start the play clock. So this
first
first half's going to run out.
Yeah. Neshannock with the lead, 15-8 here as we reach halftime here at Neshannock.
And we'll take a break, and we'll be back with a little bit of halftime talk, and then we'll go to the Shenango band.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season. It's deja vu all over again. Welcome to the halftime show, week 0 edition, here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I'm Don Rebel. Chris Harlan, once again, is alongside here in the 2021 high school football season as we fill you with facts and try to entertain as well. Our little get-togethers here at halftime this year, sponsored by SE Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock installed today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SE Tire, conveniently located Route 51 in Bell Vernon. Export Tire, located on Old William Penn Highway in Export. Shop their tires online. Check out their Google reviews. All right, Chris, it's week 0, but we're going to talk playoffs, unbelievably. We're going to talk about the new WPIAL football playoff format. But before that, you broke some news earlier this week. Big news, historic news. The WPIAL will be returning to Heinz Field not in one day, but two days. Thanksgiving weekend, 2 games on Friday, 3 games Saturday, 5 total games at Heinz Field to cap off the district championships.
It's exciting news. I mean, it's something that fans have talked about for a long time. If you're a fan who likes to go to Heinz Field and watch the championships, you're going to like it twice as much this year. Because for years, people said, hey, why can't you go 2 days? Why can't you get more than 4 games? And it just never worked. I mean, other years, there were lots of things, just factors that worked against it. This year, it kind of, as WPL Executive Director Amy Schoeneman called it, she said it was the perfect storm for it to happen. First off, you have to have Pitt and the Steelers both not at the stadium. They both play on the road that weekend. So you've got Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then the stadium's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that leaves it open to go in there and to get the 2 days. You also have to have 5 champions at least playing on that same weekend. And that's all contingent on what the state bracket looks like. This year, you've got 5 of them all on that same weekend. So they'll play, like you said, 2 on Friday, 3 on Saturday. I think it'll be a great weekend, except for 6A. They have to play a week earlier. They don't quite fit into that bracket to get to play on that weekend.
Yeah, that's usually it's been since they've gone to 6 classifications. Some of the smaller classifications that have missed out this year. It will be the largest 6A. Their championships will either be Friday or Saturday at a high school site to be determined the weekend before Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that and the playoff format for the WPIL playoffs when the WPIL halftime show continues on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Need new tires in a hurry? SE Tire has your size tire in stock. Install today. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at SE Tire. We do tires and we do them right. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at Export Tire. We do tires and we do them right. If it has wheels, we have the tires. Export Tire, your commercial tire headquarters.
Don Rebel, Chris Harlan back here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying the game you're listening to here in week 0 from the Excella Health Studios. We continue on. Let's talk about the format now. 6A, again, they're going to be a week earlier. It's going to be a short playoff because there's only 8 teams. But instead of 4 teams going into the semifinals, it'll be 5 teams. There will be the first team, whoever finishes first gets a bye, 2 versus 5, 3 versus 4, and then that will set up the semifinals and the championship. So one additional team making the 6A playoffs this year, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's good there. I think it gives people some incentive to go win the conference. I mean, everyone wants to be conference champions anyways, but you get the first round off. I mean, you get to skip that and go right to the next round. So I think you'll see some competition there, trying to get that first round bye, and that's something you'll see in all the classifications going down. I think all but maybe one has byes in the first round.
Right.
You're going to see some jockeying for position, for coaches who may want to get one round off in the playoffs.
All right, so let's take a look at the format. We'll run them down, and then Chris will throw his 2 cents in. Class 5A, there are 3 conferences. The top 4 teams in each of the conferences make the playoffs. That's a 12-team playoff format. The 3 conference champions and 1 runner-up, which will be decided by the committee. There's no wild cards or formula, which the abacus says, woo, thank you. So that'll be decided by the WPL committee, but 12 playoff teams in 5A. 4A has 1 additional team. It's 3 conferences, but the Greater Allegheny is considered one of the bigger conferences, so they get 5 playoff teams. It'll be 13 teams, 3 first-round byes. 3A, like 5A, 3 conferences, top 4 teams make it. It's a 12-team playoff field. 2A is old school. It'll be a 4-week playoff, no byes. It'll be 16 teams, top 4 teams from all 4 of the conferences. And in Class A, almost a 16-team bracket. It's 15 teams, so the top team will get a first-round bye. 3 conferences, it's the top 5 teams from those conferences make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, essentially the WPL came up with a new formula. It used to be, you would have different number of qualifiers from different conferences, and it wasn't always a set formula for how they decided that. This time now it's pretty simple. If you've got 8 teams in your conference, you get 5 playoff qualifiers. That's what happened in 6A. If you've got 7 or 6 teams in your conference, you get to send 4 teams to the playoffs. If you have a 5-team conference, then 3 teams go to the playoffs. So it's nice and simple. Going in, there's no need for the wild cards and the sit and count tiebreaker points. Hey, if we're in a 5-team conference, if we get in the top 3, we're going to the playoffs. I think that makes it a lot simpler going into the year. People kind of know what the goal is and what it takes to get there.
Gardner points, WPL tiebreaker points really won't be a factor unless there's multiple teams tying for final playoff spots, like 3 teams tied for 4th place and they all beat each other. Then those tiebreaker parameters do come into play. But while that takes a lot of pressure off the mathematicians in figuring out the playoff field, Chris, it does put a little more, I don't want to know if you want to call it pressure, but on the football steering committee, who will help decide and shape who gets first round home games, if not the buys that we talked about.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, because now there's a lot of options in the committee's hands now. I mean, where now you've got multiple first round buys in these classifications. Who gets those, and also the way the playoffs are structured. The first round games are all going to be on the home field of the higher seed. The better seed gets the home game, but only conference champions are guaranteed that home game. So you could finish second in your conference and end up going on the road somewhere. So again, there's some added emphasis, and I like that too. Win your conference, you're at home. If you don't win your conference, then it's in the committee's hands, whether you're at home or on the road.
Good stuff. We won't test anybody on this, but we will as we get into the stretch around week 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll sort of keep everybody fresh and remind folks the new playoff format. Next week, halftime show, Chris and I will talk about teams to watch this year, and then in 2 weeks, the WPIL players to watch. Good stuff as always. Chris Harlan. SE Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock installed today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SE Tire, conveniently located on Route 51 in Bell Vernon. Export Tire, located on Old William Penn Highway in Export. Shop their tires online and check out their Google reviews. Thanks to SE Tire and Export Tire, our sponsors here on the halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The Shenango Wildcat Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Doug Bucci. Assistant directors are Mr. Cody Orts and Mr. Ken Stewart. Major advisor is Mrs. D.
was the Shenango and the Neshannock marching bands, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with our Joseph Marketplace recap and preview for the second half. You're listening to Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
And welcome back here to Neshannock as we are at halftime as Neshannock leads Shenango 15-8 here at halftime. And unfortunately, there has been a lightning strike in the back that will cost us about a 30-minute delay. I believe they said it happened at 8:26, so that delay will last till 8:56.
As of right now, but the problem with every lightning strike you
resets
see,
the clock.
It resets the clock. So Mr. Dawson is down on the field right now, and we will do a recap. And you want us to play Jeopardy trivia or?
Well, we'll have a little bit of discussion, but I'll tell you what. Down here in the field level, the sun's obviously gone down. But it's also just, you can feel that cold breeze coming in, and it's just close enough that you know something is coming. Radar doesn't look bad at the moment, but it is close enough you can feel stuff is on the way.
Luckily you were looking at us that time because there was a huge flash of lightning behind you as you were talking.
So we just reset the clock.
So we will talk a little bit about this recap right now, sponsored by
Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the brand new cafe and bakery section, or place an order online at josephsnc.com. Joseph's Marketplace, family-owned and operated since 1915.
And we have. I'm going to interrupt the Joseph's Marketplace. We have to do our chassis special. We lost the 50-50. Mr. Dodson, if you're looking, the 50-50. Over the shoulder, thank you, Mark Schoss. We lost again. Another donation.
Another donation to another high school. Exactly.
Go ahead with our Joseph's Marketplace recap.
Our recap, Shenango got the opening kickoff and went on a 12-play drive, but fumbled the ball at the 7-yard line, picked up there by Weaver for Neshannock. And Neshannock then went on 3 and out and had to punt the ball away. The snap went over the head of the punter into the end zone, out the backside, and it was 2-0 Shenango with 1:34 remaining here in the second quarter. Miller would get on the scoreboard for Shenango on a 39-yard touchdown run, and that made it, at that time, 8-0. The point after was no good. Then it became the Neshannock show here in the second quarter, and it was DeLillo on a reverse for a 39-yard touchdown run with a two-pointer pass to DeLillo to tie the score up at 8. And then Summerfield would go into the end zone on a keeper and to make it 15-8. The point after was good.
And that's unofficial stats here tonight for Neshannock. 6 to 7 passes for Kurt Summerfield tonight for 60 yards and that touchdown pass. Plus he also ran one in. He's 7 carries for 15 yards because of the 2 sacks. Unfortunately, got the yardage, which I'm not a big fan of anyways. But
yeah,
they have to take the yards away. 7 carries for 15 yards, and we thought Cameron Owens. We thought he'd be taking the brunt of the carries tonight. Only 5 carries tonight for 7 yards for Cameron Owens tonight. So he's been held in check. But Neshannock gets a 15-8. Lead for the Shenango Wildcats. Quarterback for Shenango, Sam Myers. Only 3 passes here tonight so far. He's 2 for 3 for 22 yards. 1 carry for -6 yards. The start of the night so far, C.J. Miller, 13 carries for 74 yards and that long 40-yard TD. And might as well mention the 2 fumble recoveries for Neshannock
by Peyton Weaver.
By Peyton Weaver right now. The one to stop the long drive that Shenango had on the first drive of the game, that 8.5-minute drive. Weaver was able to come up with that fumble recovery and then came up with the other fumble recovery on the fumble by
the quarterback Myers, yes.
Myers on that quarterback sneak. So nonetheless, Weaver with those 2 fumble recoveries, kind of key there. And so it's been a okay played first half for the most part.
Yeah, it was kind of a punch counter punch type first quarter.
Round 1. Round 1 instead of week round, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Round 1 instead of the using the week 0, which I think it confuses everybody.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the Lightning. Yeah. So they put somebody on the referee. Well, one referee keep a track of the skies and make sure the Lightning. But in the state of Pennsylvania, anytime you see lightning, you restart the clock and it's 30 minutes. So
it seems to be standard across the nation now. That seems to be the standard. Is a 30-minute delay anytime from the last lightning strike is basically I think how they word it.
And in high school softball and in ASA and local softball, if you read the rule book, and I'm sure Henry, you can call me again, but I can't answer the phone call. So, but I believe because Henry Frankel, who's the local referee, rules interpreter and everything for the Lawrence County Network, and does the Lawrence County Network for Lawrence County,
yes.
And does a lot of softball refereeing here in the area, and people know, and he does a high school referee for football also.
Oh, excellent.
Does Henry. So Henry, don't call me. But anyways, even if you hear thunder,
oh really?
You can stop because when you hear thunder,
there's
you know
usually
there's lightning somewhere.
Exactly.
So if you hear the thunder, you should be calling. And we were determining because we were at a tournament over the summer.
We just had another strike.
I didn't see that, but but anyway, my brother's shaking his head. Yeah, here we saw. But yeah, so because when there's lightning, so we were a local softball tournament this year, and it's like, should we stop the game? Should we not? Because one field stopped and another
one
didn't.
kept playing.
Yeah, because maybe they heard the thunder and we didn't have it. So we kept playing. But anyways, I'm sure Henry will text me that somewhere along the way, and I'll get that answer maybe for next week. But I believe if you hear thunder, that you're supposed to at least stop and take precautions. So the good news about me having 2 hearing aids, I don't usually hear the thunder. So I just keep playing.
Yeah.
But it's been a fun first week around the WPIL, and usually somewhere along the way in September, August or September, you have these
delays.
And you have and
it's just ripe for it. I mean, August is always usually late. August has a lot of heat and humidity, and that heat and humidity also brings the potential of a thunderstorm. And right now, that's exactly what basically we've been dealing with, and there's no storm here.
Yeah,
it's just heat lightning.
Yeah, the guy who started the North Allegheny Sports Network back in the early 90s, Don Vandergriff, who's passed away. But we used to call him the human lightning delay because when there was a lightning delay, we just put Don on and say, Don, what do you think about
whatever?
Yeah.
Yes.
And about 20 minutes later, we're going to get 10 minutes to kill. So ask him another question. So that's why we bring on our human lightning delay, Mr. James Dawson.
Well, you guys could use all the help you can get at this point. We're going to be stuck here for at least a half hour, if not longer. And there's storms close enough. I mean, if we were at Laurel, this game wouldn't have even kicked off because you could see lightning again for 200 miles. It was a game we were doing, I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was Corey and I were doing that game. The lightning delay happened because of a storm in Cleveland. That's how far they saw the lightning from. That was the only storm that was anywhere close. And they saw the lightning. They went under their 30-minute delay, and that was that. So it's at least be glad we're not there. We'll just leave it at that. But
yeah, and as long as it doesn't rain, our equipment will be good because it's tough to get these windows shut
with all the equipment here, right?
Yeah. And the coaches and all that stuff. But,
matter of fact, Lee, I believe the first game you and I ever did had a lightning rain delay. And we got through like maybe the first quarter, maybe the first half, and then they delayed it to, I believe, Sunday afternoon.
Next day,
yeah, because it was a Saturday, I believe.
And we couldn't do it, I don't think.
No, we weren't. I don't think the station was able to do it. So I remember Sasha was with us, and he goes, "Well, that's a wrap." He looked at me. He goes,
looking at the radar, there's just a little cell up north of us into Mercer County, and the Grove City area right now. So that should be going by us. I'm hoping that we're going to be back
going by it or over us.
Going
through us.
Hopefully, there will not be any Wicked Witches of the West flying above us, but hopefully, no. It's going to stay north, but. Well, that future cast, let's just say, doesn't look exactly too promising either, but there's another one.
Yeah.
So that's 8:39 unofficially, so we can say at least
to 9 after.
Yeah.
Well, just in case we don't get a chance to play the second half, which I hope we do have awards that we're handing out here at the Lawrence County SportsNet every game. We're going to have a play of the game and a player of the game. The play of the game is sponsored by Maley Chiropractic, and I heard the owner, Mr. Tom Maley,
Mitch Maley is listening in right now. Yeah.
Tune in. Thanks for joining in. And he says all high school student athletes during their sports season, $25 visit to the office. How about that?
Not too bad.
You better believe it includes an adjustment and all or therapies necessary. For full details, visit MaleyChiropractic.com. That's MAHLE chiropractic.com. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And our player of the game is sponsored by LCAP. The LCAP player of the game, a Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, dedicated to enhancing the quality of life with Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes and effects of poverty, by mobilizing and directing resources to assist, educate, and promote self-sufficiency. For more information on to find out how you can assist, visit them online at lccap.org, and it's lccap.org. LCAP, changing lives, and because of them,
we are here.
And because of our sponsors that we are reading, and that's why we're here tonight in their first couple broadcasts, and that's why this network became about.
Well,
and your vision.
LCAP CEO Tom Scott is in attendance, but actually on my way up here ran into him and he said, "Well, I'm going to go turn it on now because I'm going home. If there's storms and a delay, I'm going to go home because I know I can go watch the rest of the game at home." So
that's the advantage. Yeah.
Can't thank Tom Scott, Jen Elliott, everybody involved, Tracy Cherry at LCAP for getting this project up and running, and especially with the speed that we were able to get it going. This is a vision that the three of us just in random talkings have talked about for 3-4 years, and just finally after everything with the pandemic, it was, I think a lot of schools were able to see, okay, we can kind of put on this production, but then when we would come and bring the commentary aspect to it, it was, well, wait, like that's a lot better. Like we want that. And I mean, we did at Laurel, we had where we connected their cameras with our equipment. Many times here at Neshannock, we did that. Shenango, we were set up to do that until games all got shuffled around in the mix. So multiple schools. Newcastle, same thing. To be able to connect their equipment with our commentary, it was a great idea. But then this year weren't sure what schools were or weren't going to be able to have it. It's like, oh, this is the time. Everybody's used to seeing things on Facebook, on YouTube, on whatever, to be able to watch these great games. And that's the key. The fact that we can make this happen now at a high level. So many great people involved in this from top to bottom, and the community support is what's been absolutely astronomical. All these fine sponsors today, and many others who say they want to get involved one way or the other with the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. It's a great testament to be able to have you guys come along too, though, because it's one thing to have the idea, it's another thing to get the talent to be able to come in and say, yes, I'm all in. This is a great idea. Let's run with it. And you guys were, you were ready to roll right away. So that was making it a lot easier on my end, because it was just I think it was in February, had a brief conversation with Tom Scott, just randomly talking, ran into each other, and it's like, yeah, I love that idea. Let's do it. What do you need? And it just kind of kept snowballing from there, and then come middle of June, early July, we were able to get the I's dotted, the T's crossed, and made everything work out to make this
make it all
possible.
Yeah.
Kind of got it. I'm not going to say we rushed it, because it definitely wasn't a rush, but we were still getting things together to the very 11th hour for the scrimmage last week. Scrimmage went well. You guys sounded great. Everything was looking good, minus the fact that I couldn't type in 4 letters in the correct order. That was the issue we had. Out of all of the things, it was like a 30.
You had a little dyslexia.
Yeah. Yes. Anybody who's typed in a address on a website, you know how sometimes there's the backslash and like 30 random characters written out there. Guess what? We got all 30 of those characters correct. The HTTP at the beginning was typed HTPT. Oops.
Well, you're a math teacher, not an English teacher.
Yes. We'll accredit it to that. But no, again, can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank everybody at LCAP and all of our sponsors for allowing us to be able to make this happen. And we're gonna do it. 100 events over the course of this
I'm so
year.
excited about this, because you and I did basketball together for the last 4 years, and in the last 2-3 seasons we were able to bring some video through Trib Live and do some other things. And then in the process, you and I were talking about it and always talked about Shashi's vision of this network here in Lawrence County. And then in the process, here we are.
That is about 10.
Wait,
for
more than
Shashi's
last
reference.
night?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Shashi's making a lot of appearances tonight.
Well, and you know what? That's the part of it too, Tim.
Yeah.
And you said this was Shashi's vision from the beginning, as there's more light in the distance. So, say 9:15 unofficially. But he is the reason that we all were able to meet up and make this all happen, and it's only fitting, and it will always occur. Shazi's voice is appearing in our opening montage throughout the entirety of this Lawrence County SportsNet. So
I didn't get a chance to read I didn't get a chance to do the archive last night. This is all archived, so I'll look forward to hearing that. That's neat.
I will too.
And I think the cool part that we got all going on here is the fact that you have on our website, lcsportsnet.com. You mentioned the video with Trib. We are a Trib affiliate, so you'll be able to find this always live or archived on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and on our YouTube page as well, LC Sportsnet. Not to mention today, also, we are connected to the Neshannock YouTube page, so if you're listening on the Neshannock YouTube, you're hearing our voices. Oh, Facebook Live as well. So
fantastic.
So many ways that you can hear our voice. So that'll only be during the regular season. It'll have to be just our website and Trib once postseason comes along. But for the time being, wherever,
more the merrier, right?
Wherever and however you're listening to us, we thank you for doing so and for making this vision happen.
So there's a lot of chances of finding us by accident.
That's kind of the idea.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. Well, it was one of the
favorite, and all those things.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, one of our producers, Joe Canciello, not here this evening, but he was telling us that even his parents, who say, if they take more than 2 minutes to find it, they're going to say, it's too tough, forget it. They could never find any of these streams before. They said they found it immediately, and it was no problem.
Wow.
So we're doing something right.
You're doing definitely something right.
Yeah.
But
that's for darn sure. So, yeah, and the community support, is it just looking at this crowd here tonight, you knew something like this would take off, because just the fans that travel, we've
from
done
town to town. Exactly.
Yeah, we've done Trib, James and I, and just when the Lawrence County teams travel like anything, the Newcastle especially for basketball, you've seen it, Tim. It's like amazing.
I like to always say, last person out of town, make sure all the doors are locked and the lights are off.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying before the game, they actually thought it was going to be a little more crowded. People were thinking that the game was sold out.
Yeah.
They were still selling tickets at the door, but there were a lot of people who were informed that the game had been sold out, so they weren't going to come. So if you're one of those people, we're sorry that you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But we're glad you're watching here online as we fight through this weather delay here early.
Yeah, Mohawk, they were using the grass out there to park cars last night. I mean, it was just a jam.
That was a massive backup, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That's one good thing about being a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to sit in the traffic jam. By the time we're done off the air and doing post game and everything, the traffic's gone.
Gone, exactly.
Which is the
and
good
we get here early enough that we don't have to deal most of it.
Yeah, you can walk right in. So.
Yeah.
Well, it'll also be interesting. I mean, I'm hoping that we do get back on the air here, Lee. But if they do not get this game done, do you postpone it to a Sunday? It's already a shortened week, or do you call it? You hate calling it a game, but it is non-conference. You just hate, two schools just 8 or 9 miles apart from each other. Haven't played in a few years. They want to play. I know the community wants them to play. But
my guess is they would call it, but that's just my guess.
Yeah.
Is there a number they have to get to become official game?
I honestly don't know that answer. I've never seen one called in the first half, so I would assume it would be after halftime. I've seen plenty.
It's halftime, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen plenty that get called at half.
Yeah, and we did get to halftime, so.
Well, we'll put this on the air. If the game is tomorrow, James, you'll be doing the color. Because I will be busy tomorrow.
I will not be available. I'll be in Cleveland.
James, you'll be solo.
Sounds good to me. Well, we got plenty of talented people around who would love to have
Campano
a
might
chance.
come up.
Yeah, maybe Corey will be back by then. Well, how about this? So we know we're going to be out for a while, so let's step aside, give the sponsors a little bit of love. And
yes, please.
We'll come back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel, to embroidery, and more, Red Zone has it all. quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kirkwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
And we're back here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. We threw Tim Continenza aside.
Yeah, you took my headset too, which is good.
Well, even better.
I got Tim's sweaty ones.
I ain't no dummy.
That's why you run the network, that's all.
Halftime here, and it's been halftime for well over an hour now as we are under a lightning delay with Neshannock leading 15-8. Those just tuning in here at lcsportsnet.com. A safety early on a bad snap over the punter's head made it 2-0 Shenango, and then a long touchdown run from C.J. Miller. The kick no good. It was 8-0 Shenango. Neshannock responded with an end around to Lucci DeLillo. 2-point conversion caught also by DeLillo. 8-8 the score. All the scoring coming in the second quarter in this contest, and then Neshannock able to punch it in again, taking advantage of a personal foul penalty after a sack. It would have been 4th down, and ended up punching it in with a quarterback keeper for Kurt Sommerfeld. 15-8 the score here at halftime. How'd I do from the sideline there?
Yeah, that's pretty good. And we don't want to give that as the play of the game, because that's not a play of the game. But right now, that's a big play, unfortunately, in a negative fashion. That the taunting call, unfortunately, and that's unfortunately leads to those points. But nonetheless, pretty good first half, though. To say the least, it looked like Shenango might run away with this thing. They really dominated that 8.5-minute drive, but then the fumble recovery by Weaver, and then they finally were able to get 2 points and everything. But boy, they dominated this first probably 12 minutes, 15 minutes of the game. But then the Shenango finally got around and got rolling, the offense that we're used to. And I was just asking you off the air about, boy, Summerfield's reminding me a little bit of that zone read and good old Ernie Burks.
Yes.
How can I forget that name?
Yeah, Sommerfeld, nothing against Sommerfeld, but he doesn't have the speed of an Ernie Burks. I'm not sure anybody does, to be honest, running that zone read the way that he did back 2014, 2015 when he had him and Johnny Conglos, and that was still when you had Eli Owens was still around at that point.
And I was thinking more of Antuano's who I was thinking of.
And then, Antuano, who, he just read it, and if he kept it, he wasn't running by you, he was running over you, which was always a lot of fun to see that. But while we have a moment here, Lee, the official update is now expected at 9:15 restart to this game.
Or at least that they can come out on the field. So.
And then start warming back up. Think about the cramps we saw last night.
Oh, boy.
When the teams were in the locker room for just 20 minutes. Now we're talking about being in the locker room for over an hour, having to come, get restretched, get ready to go again.
We might be home. The game might get over by 11.
At this rate, if we're lucky. But we're glad that you're going to stick with us. We're here. We're going to stay here, and we're going to talk a little bit about.
How many people are going to be watching their game from home now?
Exactly, and
because I feel half the crowd's going to be not here.
Deciding not to come back. Well, you know that you can tune in to watch us the rest of the evening.
Appreciate that.
Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see in Lawrence County this year. In Class 1A, the Shenango Wildcats here and the Union Scotties, who we saw last night, Lee. The other teams in the conference that normally pose the threat are the Rochester Rams, of course. They're up there. Olsh had a squeaker in their first-round game. You're not sure what to expect with Our Lady of the Sacred Heart every year, but those are probably the 4 teams most likely to be making that playoff run in that new WPIL playoff format, as you heard Dawn and Chris talking about in the halftime show.
Yeah, I gave a shout-out real quick to the Northgate Flames. They broke that 34-game losing streak in the WPIL. So congratulations to them for finally breaking that. And now it's Carmichael's, I think, that owns the.
I believe so. I believe that's what it is.
20-some game. But anyways, yeah, that's tough to lose that many times. But congratulations to them. But yeah, that's always a tough conference. Rochester, they're back up. You know, they had that down year or 2 down years there. But and then boy, they're really another powerful team.
Well, Coach Matsuk isn't anybody to mess with. Shenango graduate, by the way.
Yes,
Coach Matsuk.
And Shenango, what a great run. The job that Jimmy Graham has been doing, it took his first year 1-9, and it's like, oh no, here we go again. But slowly, those freshmen had to play, and now he's been here for 5th year now, and he's been the ducks are flying over now, but but he's been doing a tremendous job. I mean, you go from 1-9 to 4 years semifinals. So the next step is finals. Can they make that next step in the 5th year? They showed that in the first half, they might be able to do that. They got some talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Union squad, I think, is going to be taking another step up from what we saw. They were impressive last night. The offense didn't look great at times, but the skill players and the return game, wow.
Yeah, they have some athletes, and sometimes athletes can win games for you when other areas your game is not. And Coach Robinson implied that in the newspaper, in the Newcastle article. It was like, we got some things to do on offense, but boy, they got some speed and got some weapons over there at Union that could be interesting. I mean, single A beating double A, yeah, it does happen. And I mean, I was going in that game thinking, boy, Mohawk's going to just roll away, and they got returners and everything, but they struggled.
Well, look at what Mohawk did in the first possession. Very similar to what we saw Shenango do here tonight, Lee. They just ran right down the field, basically. And their line is young. Their only senior lineman out with an injury. Not sure his timeline, if there is a timeline for him to get back. We hope so. But if nothing else, and again, you don't want to look already to 2022, but you know that having a veteran line makes a huge difference in any program. So we'll see what McCutcheon and crew has for Mohawk. This Neshannock team, a really good scrimmage. Surprised, you mentioned it, Cameron Owens, only 5 touches in that first half. That's what happened here in their opening game last year against Laurel that they lost. He had only 4 carries in the game, and it was like, well, wait a minute. Everybody knows he's getting the football. Yeah. And that's definitely something to have to prepare with. But at the same time, I think you would be expecting a few more touches from Owens coming in the second half, assuming we get a second half.
Yeah, Summerfield's doing a nice job, though. I mean, that he's making the right reads. You got to give him credit. He's running that offense very, very well. After that first 3 and out, but passing the ball a little shaky. But he was 6 of 7. I mean, the passes weren't the crispest, but they were finding their targets.
How about Neshannock is going to play every single Lawrence County team except for Newcastle and for Wilmington because they're in District 10.
That's great. That's what it's about. And that's what week 0 or round 1, as Tim calls it.
Week 0, game 1.
Yeah, so and that's what it's about, to try to get these rivalries going. You see the Hempfields playing the Greensburg Salems and different schools like that.
Wasn't there a 1A versus 5A game from 2 teams? They were supposed to both play a Canada team. Is that right?
Greensburg Central Catholic played Upper St. Clair last night.
How did that one end?
I did not see the final of it.
I did not either. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I did not see. I mean, I'm assuming Upper St. Clair rolled. But yeah, that did happen. You don't see that happen too often. You see that in basketball, but you will not see that in football too often.
Not usually.
Yeah, but both schools, Upper St. Clair, both their opponents canceled, so they was like,
Well,
Why
let's
not?
go. Let's go do it.
And they did it. So it was a successful week for sure for week 0. I mean, everybody was pleased around the WPL. The crowds came out. Everything was pretty much, for the most part, back to normal. The crowds were out. The bands were out. Like it is tonight. It's great to see, and hopefully things will continue the rest of the way. But we mentioned earlier that the other we're going to have Elwood City on next week against Union. Elwood City choosing not to play a game this year. They choose to do a scrimmage this weekend. So I did not hear who they scrimmage, but that was their choice. And some coaches tend to say, no, we're not ready for games. Let's do a scrimmage.
Well,
So
unfortunately, Elwood City is starting to climb up that list in the consecutive losses as well. They could certainly use as many extra practices, but Coach Clemenza doing a great job. That team has improved. I know the wins haven't come yet, but they have improved big time in the last 2 years. You'll see the Wolverines in the win column here very soon. And let's keep the Michigan flow from the Wolverines to the Spartans. What a performance that Laurel put on last night. 56-6 against your great Pickers, Lee Moan. And it was, both Luke McCoy and Kobe DeRosa over 100 yards. It was basically any time McCoy touched the ball, he was finding pay dirt. That's a great team that we're going to get to see again. We saw him in the scrimmage last week, and we're going to see him against Shenango on Saturday night next week.
off the top of my head, I think it was 5 carries for McCoy for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think is what it was. Yeah, 9 possessions, 8 touchdowns. So the Northeast had no answer for anything the Spartans did. Northeast, I believe, they're up in District 10 somewhere.
Yes.
They're Double A, I believe it is too.
I think they're Double A, correct.
Yeah, the great country up there. Love the Northeast. There, I was able to watch a basketball game against it when Terrell Pryor was playing. They played the Northeast Great Pickers. I think my brother Jay went to that game. Yeah, they played at Sharon. I think it was Sharon High School. I can't remember.
Sharon or Farrell, probably.
They didn't play at Farrell. I think it was at Sharon because I think we were trying to wait in line to try to get
big wooden bleachers.
Yes,
that's Sharon.
And I think I used my Trib Live pass to get in the game. I believe it was because there was a line that was going the whole way to Hermitage. I think to try to get in that game because Pryor was because Northeast had they had 3 really good ball players and they kept the game semi-close for a while. Then Mr. Pryor was Mr. Pryor.
The other teams in this 2A conference with Mohawk, Neshannock, Laurel in the area, Elwood City as well. Beaver Falls, the defending champion, are going to be the ones to watch out for, though they lost a good chunk of their big-timers. I mean, you had 2 running backs who were basically averaging 200 yards per game each on the ground. They're both gone in Huff and Livingston.
Yeah.
So the question is, what will the Beaver Falls team look like this coming year? I think also, though, New Brighton's always a team to watch out for. They sometimes sneak under the radar. They're a very strong, determined team coming out of Beaver County. It's going to be a very interesting run down the stretch in a very wide-open conference, I would say, in Class 2A.
Yeah, I would think so. But Beaver Falls, you would think on paper anyways, would be the favorite. But these programs, it's always a tough conference, definitely for sure. So we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be fun. It's fun to talk about, anyways.
Yeah, we got to mention Wilmington. They had a slow start last night, playing in District 10, but in their start of the year, they do the military appreciation game, and they took a 14-0 halftime lead over Reynolds and exploded with a 50-0 final at the end of that one.
And I think I read that this is the first time they've scored 50 points in the first game of the year
ever
in their history.
Yes.
I think is what I read.
That is correct.
I think it was Ryan Briggs. I think tweeted that out.
Professor Briggs knows.
Briggs and Greenberg are unbelievable.
They're going to be our liaisons up north as Wilmington. Part in Mercer County, part in Lawrence County. We're going to combine forces a few times this year with their radio. We're excited to be able to do that. I think the first one we're looking to do is their game against Sharpsville near the end of September, I believe, is where we're going to go and join with them. And definitely the Farrell game the first or second week of October, we will be joining forces with Bobby Greenberg and company.
Yeah, speaking of joining forces, Sharpsville, then they're the one that they merged with West Middlesex this year, and they were able to cross the T's and dot the I's and got that together and playing one home game at West Middlesex.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
give them their senior night there.
I heard something about maybe wearing red socks or something to try to incorporate some of the red into the blue.
Well, somebody posted, though, the one time that Sharpsville won, I believe it was I don't know if it was their only district championship or their only state championship or two states, they had a red stripe between the white stripes on. They were blue, white, and red. Just that little splash of red, kind of like what you would say like a Jeanette uniform with that little splash of red. That's basically what Sharpsville was back in the day. So it's maybe they should put a little splash of red. But no, I like that. Give a chance to wear the West Middlesex colors when you go and play a game at West Middlesex. Those players get to have their official senior night on their home field one last time. And it is a shame that you can't figure out a way to make it work for postseason. But I understand why. Because otherwise you could have, say, Neshannock and Shenango decide, you know what, we're going to combine forces right before the season starts. Yeah. Now we're a 4A school, but we're still playing in 2A.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It's just a shame. Obviously, the seniors won't have a chance at playoffs, but it is what it is. One final team we got to talk about. Obviously, the Newcastle Red Hurricanes. A tough loss to start the year.
Really tough loss. Yeah, I was sort of surprised to see that.
Shaler always plays tough. I know they had a long losing streak as well a couple of years ago, but man, they weren't losing by 50 every game. They were losing by 7, 10, 20 at the most. In those games, and they took advantage early of a safety, kind of like we saw here tonight. Got ahead and basically were able.
Last night.
they had it backwards. Yeah, it was just they were able to take control the entire way through because of that, and really controlled the pace of the game after that. But I think that Newcastle team, if they can get a good flow in their offense, with both Chris Hood and Mike Wells taking snaps behind center. I think that, again, a team that is only going to improve, but the issue is the fact that they started the same way they finished last year, averaging 35-plus points allowed per game, 35 points at least in every game last year, and that trend continues, 37 allowed last night. That's just too many
games. You're not going to win many games giving up 35 points a game, but I'll take my chances with Mr. Mike Wells. He is one heck of an athlete, is Mike Wells. So
he was in attendance. He and Sheldon Cox were down there, tried to get a quick view of the two of them, and was going to try to pop quiz Tim on and see if he could recognize him quickly in the crowd without number 3 and number 12 on. Well, hopefully, I did see Mike he had a brace on his wrist, so hopefully that's not going to be anything too significant for Newcastle, but hopefully he'll be on the field for a length of time upcoming as well. And we hear the bands making their way back.
Maybe I thought I heard the band. I didn't know if they were just playing music over the PA system or maybe it is the band.
Well, Neshannock stayed in their band shelter, as they are well covered.
Real quick, we got another second. I'll get your opinion. I don't know if Tim might maybe bring Tim back on for this question and get his view on this. You get these small schools co-oping. Are you big fans of the 8-on-8 football that's going on that they're talking about? That's being played somewhere around the country. That they had the 8-8 football leagues. You're a big fan of that, Tim?
Not really. I mean, I understand if you really truly have only like 15, 18 players, obviously it just makes logistic sense to do it. But I think most players, most schools, most coaches would rather play 11-on-11. But
have you ever seen it?
I've heard it. I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I've watched a couple games online, and they do look fun. And I heard testimonials of them, too, of a player who had played 11-on-11 his whole career, and then senior year, the school decided to go 8-on-8. He said he has never been more tired the end of an 8-on-8 game. I mean, he was going both ways, whether it was 11 or 8, but he said just you're covering more of the field. It just doesn't stop, back and forth, back and forth. He said, I've never had more fun in my life. So, I mean, I hear those kind of testimonials, too, make me think it might not be a bad idea.
It's kind of like arena football with regular football rules and a regular football size, field. And that, like he's just saying, you're covering a lot more ground. And you just, you don't have the interior lineman, or you have just a 2-receiver, two back set, but you only have three linemen up front.
Well, as you're looking at the field on our screen right now, depending on the league, some of them would bring the sidelines into where the numbers are. So it does make it a little bit more narrow, but each league just a little bit different.
Right.
I'd look at it this way, Lee. In the last 15, 20 years, how many different schools have won a Class 1A football championship?
Not a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same schools that end up winning over and over again. The schools that, especially the really small public schools, like Union, for example, is the second smallest public school in the state of Pennsylvania, that can struggle to get more than 20 people out in a year. that's the kind of school that if there was to go to an 8 team, that would be a good scenario for them. A team that has a lot of athletes, but you can't exactly put a great product on every year when you don't even have enough to practice 11 on 11. If you're going 8 on 8, might be able to make a little bit of a difference. Cornell's a good example of that as well, a school around here. Avella. Think of all the schools up in District 10 that have already done the co-op like West Middlesex just did because of a lack of numbers.
And West Middlesex with a great tradition, too, and unfortunately just can't come up with the numbers. And it's no fault to the school. It's tough. I mean, numbers are falling everywhere. Around the 6A, 5A schools, the numbers are dropping.
It makes logistic sense. I mean, obviously, maybe the scenario would be is allow, and I don't know the numbers, between the classifications, but allow those schools who can play 11 on 11 have their own division, and maybe it might be a smaller division in number-wise than you would normally have in a regular season, but then have an 8-team league or an 8-team conference type thing for a championship. And in the different leagues.
Well, I know a league out in Philadelphia was formed, independent of everything. No affiliation with any districts out there or with the PIAA. But they would have their games on Thursday nights to make sure that you have officials first off. But they said the crowds that they were getting for these games were astronomical. You have, again, kind of like tonight. There's no other games around here going on. So you have Newcastle fans here. You have Laurel fans here. You have Wilmington fans. You have all the above. People coming in to watch this game because it's a Saturday night. We're not going to our own game. Yeah. We want to go watch some high school football. Here we go. Thursday nights. There's no other games going on. Oh wait, there's an 8-on-8 game. Well, that's kind of interesting. Let's go check it out. And they say the crowds that they're getting and the feedback they're getting is absolutely incredible. So it would not surprise me especially if the numbers keep dwindling like they are. I believe it was Laurel was the only team that did not drop in the number of players on their roster this year.
Wow.
They didn't grow either, though. Right. They stayed right the same.
Which is good.
But every other school in the county had fewer players come out this year for the first day of camp than they did a year ago. And that's just not in the Lawrence County area. That's going on all across WPIL and District 10. So if that keeps happening, guys, I don't know what other route you're going to have. It's more co-ops or try something like a 7-on-7, 8-on-8.
Yeah. Are you saying the XFL is going to work then? Because it's on a different night?
It's got to be a quality. It's got to be a quality output. I mean, look, if we were just talking bogus and had blurry cameras on here all night, then it wouldn't be a quality product and people wouldn't tune in.
Understand. Good explanation.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think 8-and-8 is going to happen sometime because they're strongly looking into it, around the WPL and looking into the scenarios. Like you said, these smaller schools are just they don't have the numbers.
If you don't have the numbers and you do, like you mentioned, the co-op that happened this year, it makes total sense. I mean, you're not going to be able to always have those type of co-op mergers available.
And
you don't want the students not to have the opportunity to play.
Yeah, good news is referees are coming out.
I see some white helmets making their way down
I see 3 minutes on the clock, and that's a good sign.
Well, I hope they put on more than 3 minutes, let these guys get stretched out and good to go. So why don't we do this? Let's take another break, give some love to the sponsors again, and we'll come back and have Tim and Lee bring in the second half here from Bob Ledgy Stadium. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel, to embroidery and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
And welcome back here to Neshannock as we get ready for the second half of tonight's ball game after the lightning delay halftime.
Did you stretch out?
Yeah.
You're not going to get cramps?
I'm good.
Okay.
I took a nap over there in that corner.
Yeah, hey, thanks to everybody here at the Neshannock High School, by the way, for the great hospitality. We got pizza, we got water, we got a press box, so it's great. And real quick, a shout out to Coach Q. He's tuning in. So Coach Q, thanks for joining us here in Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Yeah, well, as we mentioned, we are getting ready here to start the second half, 15-8. The Lancers leading the Wildcats as we get ready for the second half, and Neshannock will get the ball first here to start the second half.
Yeah, hopefully that's the last delay we have. That's probably my phone. No, it's not. There it is. Okay. Your phone making that buzzing noise. Yeah. So
apologies.
That's all right. That's how we learn. The referees, you can see them stretching out now. The referee down there in the far corner.
So Neshannock comes onto the field.
The arm swirls and
we'll see if C.J. Miller will be kicking off here. He has the ball in his hand. And he'll probably be kicking away from Mr. Owens, who will be on the right-hand side, along with Kurt Summerfield back to receive.
So a little longer halftime show, but nonetheless, we made it through. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. Let's get on to the second half.
All right, C.J. Miller approaches and puts his foot in it. Nice high kick. Summerfield will field it at the 20. He's to the 30, down the left sideline to the 40, and is knocked out of bounds close to the 45-yard line. There's the late hit and the flag coming out.
Unintentional hit on the sideline, I think. I mean, C.J. Miller definitely hit him, definitely out of bounds, but I don't know if it was a real intentional.
Yeah, but more like in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, but we get an indication from behind me thinking that maybe a elbow came out. So we'll see if this is a personal foul
or
unsportsmanlike. So we'll see what the referee decides to say. But that is on C.J. Miller.
See if they go over and talk to him like they did earlier in the ball game.
We'll see what the call is first. Your microphone's not working, Mr. Referee. Not an unsportsmanlike. No. Oh wait, there's just
dead ball foul, personal foul against the special teams of Shenango. Excuse me.
Yep. So But the thing is, they only marked 5 yards.
No, they marked it from the 42 of.
But the foul was down here.
No, well, they marked it from the where he went out of bounds.
Okay, well.
Because it's a dead ball foul.
I'm thinking spot. Okay, my fault.
It's a dead ball foul.
My fault.
Kurt Summerfield in the pistol. Takes the snap. Hands off to Owens. Goes right side. Has room to the 40. To the 35. Down the sideline to the 30. And it's knocked out of bounds close to the 20-yard line.
But it's going to come back because Johnny Huff, a little block in the back right around the first down marker. So we're going to give Owen, plus we got a flag back at the 45 also.
We may have 2 holding penalties here.
One was a block in the back right around the 31, but they get somewhere around the 45-yard line. No, Mr. Referee, come on.
He's going to say move him back.
Yeah, get him back, get him back.
There we go. Maybe he shows us now. There we go.
He's trying to find some room. There's the holding call.
So that moves the ball back to the 45-yard line. And first and 23 coming up here.
Yeah, the Neshannock wants to get this offense going, this high potent moving offense, and referees like, let me just slow down a little bit, let me make my call.
So Summerfield in the pistol takes the snap. He'll hand it off. And he'll go up the gut, and he'll pick up about 4 up to the 49-yard line. Goes Owens. And I'll bring up a second down and 19 here for the Lancers.
Boy, I got to agree with Mr. Dawson that you can cold air coming in. Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah. It's almost like day and night compared to what we started.
Well, it was sort of day.
Yes, it was. Here's the snap, low snap, handoff again to Owens. He'll go left side, and he'll lower his head and get down close to the 45-yard line.
Just pick the hole, lower your head, lower your shoulder, and go forward and get strong 6 yards.
Brings up third down and 13
but
here.
They got a long way to go yet.
Yes. See what is in the playbooks for 3rd and 13 here for the Lancers. They'll send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, the short side of the field. They'll do a speed option, give it to Owens. Owens has room to the 40, moves back outside, and is caught, knocked down around the 36-yard line.
Tackled by number 28, Hayden Morgan.
They'll mark him about the 37, so another 8-yard gain. Boy, having in the backfield should have got him was Valenti, but good strong run there by Owens to break out of that tackles and break out outside. So looks like the Shanks going to go for it here.
Yep, 4th down and 5 from the 37-yard line. Summerfeld in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. They'll keep it with the quarterback, and he is going to be caught in the backfield and brought down around the 40-yard line. So on 4th down, they'll turn the ball over on downs, and Shenango, will have great field position at the looks like the 41-yard line.
Great job, Kyle Lenhard. Did not go for the fake on Owens. He went straight forward. Was able to bring down Summerfield from behind, so good stop there for Shenango. They get their first possession of the second half, trailing 15-8. Got 9:33 to go here, second half, and I'd say about 3/4 of the people, about 3/4 of the people stuck around.
Yeah, the other ones are watching online on
I'm sure they are.
SportsNet.com, powered by LCAP. Of course they are.
And now we have a new football coming out. What's going on now? We got timeout.
Timeout.
Taken by Shenango. The timeout brought to you by Ponch's Insurance. Just like the teams go to the sideline and listen to their coach, discuss their needs. It's what you get at Ponch's Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at ponchesinsurance.com. Ponch's Insurance. Love the life you live. Worry-free. Interesting, you come out in the field and say, okay, timeout. So as Mr. Dawson going to get a look at the camera and getting those cheerleaders on.
Yeah,
love the cheerleaders here in high school
squad
football.
going hard there.
Hey, they deserve some love. They put a lot of hard work in the offseason, just probably more than the football players. So, but good to see the cheerleaders back out here.
It's great to see everyone back out here. Let's be honest.
Referees too. Yeah.
We're happy to see them too. We are. We might disagree with them a lot, but we're happy to see them.
But like I always say, if you don't like it, go to PIAA.org, click on how to become official, take your test, and see how good you can do.
Exactly. Myers underneath center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Miller. And he'll crash forward close to the 44-yard line.
Boy, nice tackle there by Ryan Huff. Good hard tackle.
Second down and 7, ball at the 44-yard line. We're in the third quarter. High formation in the backfield. Hand off again to Miller, but we have flags flying, and he'll move forward, move the pile about a couple yards.
Motion penalty on Shenango. Yep.
I was say this won't be negated.
You're the wide receiver or the running back on that left side. Just move forward just a tad before the snap. So I think the Neshannock will probably take this. See, here's one of my pet peeves too. Is like, nah, let your play go to the players, let them make the call.
Yeah.
Forget about going to the coach. You know, he brought the coach out.
Now they're giving him all the options. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let the captain of the team.
The captain of the team, here's your option, make the call.
Exactly. He can get the.
Yeah. They do that in the NFL all the time too. It's like,
Yeah.
you got a captain out there, let them make the call.
Yeah.
But I digress.
There's 5 yards, and they'll move it back to the 39-yard line. And becomes second down and 12 coming up here for Shenango.
Take away that run by C.J. Miller's had a real good game so far.
Shenango, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Makes it second down and 12.
So Sam Myers, the 6'1", 160 sophomore quarterback, takes the snap, pitches it out wide. Another flag flies as Miller gets to the line of scrimmage, passes it up for about a 2-yard gain.
The flag way back, the 32-yard line. Another illegal formation.
He's going to walk over and talk to the coach again here.
Oh, boy.
He's going to decline it.
They're going to decline this one. Another illegal formation, I guess, or false illegal motion.
Probably illegal.
That's declined, so they give Miller a 1-yard gain there.
Illegal formation on the Wildcats. The penalty is declined.
And now we'll bring up a third down and 11 coming up here.
Yeah, Myers has only passed the ball 3 times tonight.
So Myers in shotgun with 4 receivers in pattern. 2 left, 2 right. Back to pass, looking down the middle. He weaves and fires. He has a man downfield. Ball's juggled, and it's going to be picked off by Neshannock. And bringing it back is Joseph Pellerino as he brings it all the way down to the 40-yard line. A juggling interception by the Lancers, and it takes it all the way back close to the 40-yard line of Shenango with 7:56 remaining here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that ball just went up for grabs, and good job, as you said, by Jonathan Pallarino. Actually, Josh Pallarino, excuse me. It was Josh Pallarino, number 9, came down with that interception. And nice return. Injured Shenango Wildcat down on the far side was Corner Shire. But looks like he's okay.
So Kurt Summer takes the snap, gets it out to DeLillo as he goes down the sidelines to the 30, down to the 25-yard line. On that quick hitter. Picking up the first down here for Neshannock. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 7:40 on a moving clock here in the third quarter. The Lancers leading by 7, 15-8. Owens to the left of Summerfelt in the backfield. Takes a snap, gives to Owens, and Owens crashes forward towards the right side and picks up some yards across the 20-yard line. About down to the 18.
You think they want to get the ball in Owens' hands this second half?
Yeah, I think that might be a priority. They had a whole hour to talk about it.
It's already his fourth carry of the second half, and he only had 5 in the whole first half.
Summerfelt takes the snap. He rolls to his right. He's looking downfield. He looks like he's going to keep. He moves, avoids one tackler, gets back to the forward for about a 2-yard gain, it looks like. That'll bring up third down and short coming up here for the Lancers.
Brings up third down and 1.
Definitely 4-down territory here for the Lancers, trying to take advantage of this turnover.
So Summerfelt gets the play in from the sidelines. We're down to 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 3 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Owens to the left of Summerfelt in the backfield. And Summerfelt on a keeper. And as he goes forward, gets across the 10-yard line and brought down right there. And that's enough for a first down. And it'll be first and goal coming up here, I believe, for the Lancers. I don't believe they put the ball outside the 10. No.
Yeah, Neshannock entered the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the red zone.
First and goal from the 10 here for the Lancers. Kurt Summerfelt in shotgun. 3 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. He's back to pass, quick stop, gets it out to DeLillo. He moves inside, gets close to the 6-yard line. Pick up about 4 on the play.
Well, they like DeLillo a lot, don't they? Those
Yeah,
short
they like
screens, let him try to get outside, make some moves, use his ability.
Definitely like trying to get him on one-on-one situations. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line here for Neshannock. They lead by 7, looking to increase that here. We're under 5 minutes to play in the third. Summerfelt takes the snap. He hands it off to Owens. Owens crashes forward just shy of the goal line.
He's short. Yeah,
he picked up about 4.5, needed 5 for the touchdown.
Yeah, he came down short. Definitely short. Fans don't like it, but I had the binoculars right on, and that ball came down right before the goal line.
So it'll be third and goal from inside the 1 here for Neshannock.
Another pet peeve of mine. I think the whole ball should have to not touch the white line. It should go over the white line.
Yeah.
Then you won't have that. But anyways.
We digress.
Yes.
Summerfelt in shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Owens. Owens goes forward and into the end zone for the touchdown with 4:06 remaining here in the third quarter.
Fireworks go off here at the Neshannock, so they take advantage of that great return
on the interception
by Josh Pallarino on the interception return. They drive it 40 yards right down the field. A lot of Cameron Owens, and the Neshannock takes the 21-8 lead, trying to make it 22.
6-play drive with 4:06 remaining here. Here comes the point after. Snap, the hold, the kick is up and through. And with that point after, it's 22-8. Neshannock leads Shenango here on LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
4 minutes, 6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The Lancers. Carter DeVivo is getting ready to kick it off here.
Hayden Morgan, 21, Aaron Martin.
And it's a short kick, and it's going to be picked up and fall on around the 41-yard line here for Shenango.
I don't know if that was meant to be or not, but
yeah,
Shire came down with it. Yeah, we just got done seeing that ad for Lawrence Kelly and George and the whole lawyers there. Hey, Mr. Dotson, I wonder if Mr. Kelly, I wonder if he plays fall baseball. Whoops, say that again.
I couldn't hear you, sorry.
I'm wondering if Mr. Kelly plays fall baseball.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's pitching tomorrow.
He's the head coach of the Shenango Wildcats, the oldest. We'll talk to that in a second.
Myers takes the snap. He hands it off, and they're going to meet Mr. Miller, I think, in the backfield. Yeah, C.J. Miller loses about 3 on the play.
Yeah, Larry Kelly, part of the firm there who sponsors the head coach of the Shenango Wildcats. First-year head coach, age 67. Oldest first-year coach ever. Led the Shenango Wildcats to the WPIL championship.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
He still plays baseball, I think he said in Youngstown. He still plays shortstop at age 67. So,
wow.
He said, but he's moving.
Putting me to shame.
He said the older he gets, the further to the right of the field he's going now.
We're under 3:15 here to play in the third, and we have a whistle and a timeout.
Going to be a timeout here.
Yep. Timeout Shenango.
Again, Ponch's Insurance sponsoring our timeouts this year. They go to the sideline. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. You can visit them online at ponchusinsurance.com. Ponch's Insurance. Love the life you live so you can live worry-free. So Shenango taking their second time out here in the second half. So a little disoriented or disorganized here in the second half of the Shenango Wildcats. But hey, this is what round one is about.
Exactly.
I like your round one.
It's easier to deal with. You know?
How about the size of these water boys for
the
Neshannock?
Give them credit, man.
Yeah.
They're handling it.
Oh, I bet they're loving every second of it.
Exactly.
There are 5 water boys going out there for those big boys. And you know one day they're going to be wanting out there to play on this field.
They can't wait to have a number on their back of their jersey.
You better believe it. That's what it's about. That's why I like the cheerleader nights that you have, 100 cheerleaders out there. But that's what their goal is, to be out there. So let's see if Shenango can get something going here.
Second down and 12 coming up here for Shenango. Sam Myers underneath center. Miller in the backfield. He goes back to pass. He rolls out. He's looking downfield. He winds up and throws. Has Martin down deep, but overthrows him and out of bounds. And it'll fall incomplete.
And there should have been a flag on the play, but I don't think there is.
I'll bring up third down and long here for the Wildcats.
If you would see why I say that, there was a lineman about 20 yards down the field on a pass play. I think that was an illegal man downfield.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But not one, but there was a second lineman about 10 yards down the field. So. But it is, early on.
It's round one.
Yeah.
Can't catch them all. And we have a whistle and
a delay game.
Delay game. They couldn't get out of it fast enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, the new rule in high school football they put in last year, they same thing as the NFL. As soon as that ball hits the ground,
the clock begins.
Start that 40-second clock, which I love.
Yeah. Does make the game move faster.
Yeah, and it's good because in high school football before it took so long to spot the ball. So
then you had players standing in the formation for a long time before the snap, looking over to the shoulders. Yeah. Myers will take the snap. Goes back to pass. He's looking up, moves in the pocket, gets hit as he throws, and almost completes it over the middle. Martin was his intended receiver. As he went up for it, was unable to handle it and falls incomplete.
Yeah, Austin King with a good pressure forced that throw just about a half second earlier and forced that throw a little rough there as Myers made a good strong throw as he was getting hit, but unfortunately couldn't complete the pass. So Shenango's going to have to punt, bring out C.J. Miller, and a good opportunity here for Cameron Owens or Johnny Huff. As they switch sides now, let's see if C.J. Miller noses this.
So Miller in punt formation. Good snap. Gets the kickoff, and he does kick away towards Huff. And the ball's going to be kicked down
that
forward.
Hit a Lancer.
Yeah.
That hit a Lancer, and that should be Shenango ball. Waiting for the point.
Yes,
there it is.
There it is. The turnover happens. And a big change of field possession happens here for Shenango. They'll be inside the 30-yard line here for the Wildcats.
Oh, definitely the proper call. That's didn't see which Neshannock Lancer it was, but he was busy blocking, and you could see from up here that ball hit that leg.
Exactly. Got kicked forward.
Yeah, good heads up by the Shenango Wildcats to fall on that ball. So they get a big break. Let's see if they can take advantage of it from the 29-yard line. Huge break. Especially when you're 3 and out in there.
Yeah,
they
trailing by 14.
Need to find something other than C.J. Miller right now. He's been shut down here in the second half.
Sam Miller, the 6'1", 160-pound sophomore quarterback, underneath center. Martin goes in motion. Give it to Miller. Miller goes left side, and he's going to pick up some nice yardage going outside. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6 on the play.
Yeah, they need a good sustained 29-yard drive right now. Get back in this ball game. Again, with the heat, everything. Shenango, not a deep team right now. Not a lot of players. You got 1, 2, 3, 6 players, 7 players staying on the sideline for Shenango. They're eligible to play, so they're down to 18 players right now.
I formation in the backfield. Martin goes in motion, and it is going to be a keeper by Myers. I think he kind of lost control of the ball and decided to keep it himself. Goes to the left side and gets close to the sticks.
Yeah,
he did get a first down, it looks like.
Oh, they gave it to him?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, he had to keep that ball because he said he bobbled it. He's able to move forward and concentrate, and Shenango enters the red zone. They make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the red zone.
Sam Myers underneath center. I formation in the backfield. Give it to Miller. Miller goes right side, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And he'll bring up second down and long coming up here.
And the bugs are starting to cover my sign.
Yeah, they are. The lights are attracting them.
Yes.
We're under a minute here to play in the third quarter.
That moved quick.
Yeah, it has. One receiver out to the left. Wings on both sides. They'll bring Martin in motion. They'll go left side with a pitch to Miller. Miller cuts back, and he may get a yard on that play. That's about it if he gets that.
Shenango does not have to run a play, and I would suspect they will not run a play here, especially with the short people right now they are.
Down to about 20 seconds left on the time clock here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you can see a couple of their linemen. They're
gasping.
They're gasping for some air. I said when you only have 7 players on your side, 8 players now looks like on your sideline. You don't need.
We have
Let's
played
get out of here.
3 quarters here in Neshannock with the Lancers leading the Wildcats from Shenango 22-8. You're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kirkwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
12 minutes on the clock as we enter the 4th quarter with the Lancers leading the Wildcats 22-8. But the Wildcats have the ball in the red zone of Neshannock.
And after the game, we will have our player of the game. We'll announce the LCCAP Player of the Game. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life within Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes and effects of poverty by mobilizing and directing resources to assist, educate, and promote self-sufficiency. For more information on to find out how you can assist, visit them online at lcap.org. That's lccap.org. LCAP, changing lives.
3rd down and 10 from the 19-yard line here for Shenango. Myers in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his right. Quick throw out in the backfield. They'll go right side and get across the 20 down about the 17-yard line.
That's a new ball player in there, and Hunter Lively.
Lively, that's what I thought it might have been.
Yeah, catching the ball. Only got a yard, though. Definitely out of field goal range, but you don't really need a field goal in this situation. You need 2 touchdowns. So you're definitely going to go for it on 4th down.
See what the coaching staff comes up here on 4th down and 9.
You would think involving C.J. Miller somehow.
4th and 9 for the Wildcats.
4 receivers set, 2 left, 2 right.
He had a 19-yard catch earlier today.
Myers in shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks left, now right. Down the middle, has a man open, overshoots his intended receiver. I believe that was Martin. And it falls incomplete, and he'll turn the ball over on downs.
Oh, they had him. They had him, my friend. Aaron Martin wide open by probably 5 steps in the end zone.
Just led him a little too far.
Yeah, that's a tough break there. They had the right play call for the defense, and Martin was wide open, but unfortunately just could not connect.
So Neshannock takes over at the 19-yard line. Officially at the 18-yard line. All right, we'll go with that. Quick throw out to the right side, and nice completion to Owens. Take that back. That is DeLillo.
Again.
And he picks up about 6 on the play.
Just that swing pass to DeLillo. He's done that quite a few times. I did not keep track of how many catches he has, unfortunately. That's 9 completions for Summerfield, and I would think at least 5 of them are the DeLillo.
Minimum. Yeah.
Not long throws, just the short, safe throws.
Yeah, quick outs and let them get one-on-one scenarios.
And they've been working.
Splits in the backfield, and it's going to be Summerfield taking it, and he's going to be hit in the backfield and brought down.
Yeah, Trevor Valenti, he did not go for any fake. He saw Summerfield. There's no way he was going for anything. And great job by Valenti for that 3-yard loss. Held his ground, and boy, he's a big boy.
He certainly is.
Is Valenti. goes 6'2", 280 is Valenti. And when he put his arms out to tackle, we lost track of Summerfield. We couldn't see him. That's a wide body.
3rd down and 5. Kurt Summerfeld looks over to defense. He'll roll to his left. He's going to keep. Turns it inside to the 25, stays on his feet to the 30, picks up the 1st down and gets out to the 35-yard line. Nice run by Kurt Summerfeld as he just followed his blocking, got in front of it, and just made a nice cut inside to pick up some extra yardage to get that 1st down.
Yeah, that was definitely a designed quarterback role. And he did it all on his own. Good job getting that 1st down. As you can see, these Shenango Wildcats tiring out a little bit. The linemen especially on this hot night. Surprised not seeing anybody cramping up. So good job by the coaches and both teams hydrating all week long and hydrating today. So they're making it through so far. An illegal substitution on Shenango or a timeout by Shenango. That's going to be a timeout by Shenango. They had a player running on the field late. They're going to be in trouble, but Pontius Insurance sponsoring the timeout again as Shenango uses their last timeout here in the 4th quarter. So we're down. No more timeouts. And at the end of the game, we also have a play of the game. We'll announce the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Thanks to Mitch Maley for tuning in tonight, too. And thanks for his sponsorship. All high school student athletes during their sports season. $25 visits through their office. Includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. For full details, visit MaleyChiropractic.com. That's M-A-H-L-E chiropractic.com. A Maley Chiropractic. Keep you in the game.
So 1st down and 10 coming up here for the Lancers from their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go make a visit up to meet
Justin?
Mitch. I'm not much for cracking. So
you don't like being a little twisted a little bit?
But I do want to go talk to Mr. Bailey and thank him for the sponsorship and at least get to meet him anyways.
Summerfeld rolls out. He fires.
Look out.
He has the little the sideline. I think he stepped out of bounds. Yes, he did, but he made the catch first. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds around the 43-yard line, but another 1st down play here for the Lancers.
Yes, I should have kept track of the catches by DeLillo. That's another 17-yard completion there for Kurt Summerfield.
So 1st down and 10 here for the Lancers.
I know Mr. Dawson would have had that.
Oh, yeah. he don't miss. He might even have it on the sideline, knowing him with all his responsibilities. And off to Will Owens. Owens goes right up the gut and picks up about 10 on the play. 2nd and 3rd effort, getting him those extra yardage.
I'm surprised Mr. Dawson isn't keeping stats while running the computer. Now we have a player for Shenango cramping up a little bit, and but he's not coming out. Jason Dominic, he's going to try to suffer through it, but you can see he's in some pain right now, trying to make it through this ball game.
2nd down and 1. In the pistol is Summerfeld. Takes the snap. They'll run the option. Give it to Owens. Owens down the right sideline. To the 25. Cuts in at the 20. To the 10. To the 5. Touchdown. Cameron Owens gets into the end zone to extend the Lancers lead 28-8.
And that's what Cameron Owens can do right there when he gets into the open. That's what he can do right there. He has the breakaway speed ability. And we have a player down on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be Owens. No, it's not
No,
Owens.
it's not Owens.
That's Johnny Huff down on the sideline. He's cramping up a little bit. So the cramps are now starting to hit here in the 4th quarter. And now it looks like Cameron Owens is cramping up here on the sideline. So everything just hit a little late now. But nonetheless, the extra point coming.
A snap in the hold. The kick is up, and it is no good. Off to the right. Score remains 28-8. Lancers leading the Wildcats. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
And welcome back here to Neshannock as the Lancers are about to kick off left to right on your devices today.
And Mr. Dotson, I always forget the trainer's name for the Neshannock. I saw you giving the hug down there.
Barb Kennard.
Thank you, Mr.
Don Lover.
Yeah. She's been at the job for many, many years as Barb Kennard. She's going to be busy here in the next few minutes. I'm feeling with these cramps going up, stretching out. But always fun to talk to her during the game. I just always forget her name. See her at a lot of the basketball games.
Long kickoff fielded inside the 15 as they bring it upfield, across the 20 to 25, down around the 28-yard line.
So Shenango, I think just the first quarter, but this heat gets to you when you're short numbers like you are.
It's difficult to stay
Holy
fresh.
Heck, look at the size of that bug.
I'm not sure it was a
What
bug.
was that?
It? I think it was a bird.
I don't know.
You don't see birds at night too often, do we? I don't think it was a bat.
There he is.
It's a bat. Must have been a bat.
It's not a bat. A bat doesn't fly like that.
Yeah, and you're right about that.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't want to get hit by that.
We'll put Mr. Dotson on notice on that one to find out what's going on.
Yeah. Doing everything
Here's
else.
the handoff, and it goes right up the gut here with Miller.
Actually, it's Lively with the carry.
Lively with the carry, excuse me.
Yeah, you just think it's Miller because he's done everything.
He's done just about every time they hand it off to him.
Yeah, because that's only Lively's second carry of the night.
He picks up about 3 on the play.
Yeah, C.J. Miller, 19 carries on the night. He had 74 yards in the first half, did C.J. Miller, and in the second half, he has 7. At the end of the night, we'll give you a scoring recap sponsored by Joseph's Marketplace. I said they're doing barbecue chicken and ribs this weekend and next weekend. Might be our go-to place next week.
Myers underneath center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Lively. He goes right side. He'll pick up about a yard. Bring up third down, about 6 coming up here for Shenango.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up third down and 8 for the Wildcats.
I'm going to say his knee was down a little behind the line of scrimmage. So third down and a long 7, short 8 coming up here for Shenango.
Might see the second team if they hold here. You might see that second team offense get on the field for Neshannock if Shenango can't convert here.
And back to passes. Myers in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. He was looking downfield. He winds up to throw the ball and then realized he's not going to be able to get it off. Tucked it and went down from the rush from the Lancers.
Yeah, the sophomore Anthony Bonner with the sack.
So fourth down, about 15.
So Owens and Huff will go back to receive again, and that should just about do it.
Clock under 6 minutes here to play in the fourth quarter.
And I'm sure Shenango will not give up. They got a new punter.
Yes, they do.
Number 55.
One-step kick, and he gets it off. Miller might, I wonder if Miller's hurt. Because he wasn't out there.
I was looking on the sideline to see what's going on.
Martin downs the
busy
ball.
Night.
Yes, he has. Wonder if he might be cramping up. Well, short punt there, and it's going to give excellent field position to the Lancers.
Yeah, CJ's just sitting on the bench. His night's done. He doesn't look hurt at all. They've
just told him to take the rest of the game off.
Yeah, sitting in front with two different players who have their one arm in a sling, which is not a good.
Never a good scene.
No, and the other one just done for the night. So they're see if Shenango.
I think Summerfield's still out there.
Yes, he is.
He takes the snap. They hand it off. That is Owens. He moves out to the right. Looking downfield, turns the corner, gets close to the 25-yard line before being knocked out of bounds.
Owens still looks fresh, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Well, he only had, 5 carries in the first half?
Yeah, he sure did. 9 carries here in the second half.
Second down and 4 after that 6-yard pickup by Owens.
Yeah, well, some unofficial stats. Check out the Newcastle News for the official stats.
In the pistol, Summerfield. 3 receivers to his right. Hand it off, and he'll power forward, picking close to the sticks. And he's going to be very close to a first down before being brought down there. Owens picks up about 3.5, maybe 4 on the play. Going to be just shy of the sticks. So 3rd down and 1 coming up here as we tick underneath the 5-minute mark.
Sure looks like a first down from here. The stick's on the 32.
Yeah.
The ball's on the 32.
Guess he has to. Yeah.
But anyways.
Needless to say, it's 3rd down and inches.
And I'm sure they saw that.
Pitch goes wide to Owens, cuts back in, picks up the first down, goes down to the 10, pulls his way inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line. Goes Cameron Owens.
Yeah, that's just a tired Shenango bunch out there right now. Cameron's going to come to the sideline. I think his night's going to be done. Well, he's going to sit down and get a cramp. Summerfield's going to stay in there.
The clock winds down to 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining.
He's our new running back. Number 35 is our new running back.
Here's a snap. Handoff, and he's going to be met in the backfield and go down.
Matthew Iannelli with the carry.
Iannelli, all right.
Yeah, but Colton Fedrizzi, boy, he nailed him. Good, strong tackle there. No gain for Iannelli. I'm sure he'll probably stay in because Owens is getting stretched out by Miss Kennard.
Ball resting at the 9-yard line. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and goal from the 9. And Summerfeld avoids the rush, moves to his left, now cuts back, jump pass in the end zone, touchdown! Ronnie DeMasi.
Was he over the line of scrimmage, though? That's what the coach is coming out and saying. And they're saying it's good.
He's good.
Wow, he was very close to that line of scrimmage. Was Summerfield. They said he was not over, so the great scramble was able to stay just inside the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Find the man, get the touchdown.
With 3:20 remaining. Here comes the snap. Gets the hold down, the kick is up, and this time it is through. And extends the lead to 35-8. We're going to take another timeout. You're watching you're watching LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel, to embroidery, and more. Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kirkwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com.
And here comes the kickoff. As that deep kick, and we fielded at the 17-yard line. They bring it across the 25, and he'll be tackled around the 30-yard line. And Shenango will take over, first down and 10 there with 3:11 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Lee, it has really been the second, third, and fourth quarter has been all Lancers.
Sure have. We have a flag down at the 30-yard line. We'll see what that is. But yeah, the Shenango definitely here in the second half. Shenango just out of gas for sure. You know, the short staff definitely coming into play here. But good effort though by the Wildcats. See what our flag looks like. It's going to go on the Neshannock.
Yep. There may be a late hit here.
No idea. Face mask.
Okay.
5-yard face mask. On Lively, so.
First down and 10 to move the ball out to the 34-yard line. So Shenango. See if we have anybody new in the lineup here.
Yeah, I don't think they have anybody.
Yeah, I know. I was just double checking. We have a fumble on the play, and flags fly. And I believe Shenango got it back.
Yeah, remember, pictures of tonight's game will be available on our website thanks to Something for Your Wall Photography. Nothing is better than the perfect capture moment, the slide into home, crossing the goal line, the perfect dig, the concentration, the frustration, and the elation. Heather Walser wants to give you something for your wall. Check out select images of tonight's game on lcsportsnet.com. Check out all of our great capture moments on Facebook. Just search something for your wall.
First down and 10 here for, second down and 10 here for Shenango. Meyer underneath center, I formation in the backfield. He'll hand it off. It's Lively. He goes to the right side, crosses the 35 up to the 37-yard line. He'll pick up a few yards here and bring up a third down and about 7 coming up here for Shenango.
Yeah, remember at the end of the game, we will have a scoring recap, and make sure at the end of the game you go to the crane room if you can. Go ahead and reserve your seat. A few minutes up the road of Wilmington Road, or call for a takeout. 724-656-1563 to craneroom.com. See their full menu.
And another bobble snap there by Myers. He jumps on it and brews it forward. Now Lancers say they've recovered.
They did.
And they have.
Did not see it. I'm going to take a guess at Brett Ensko coming up with that fumble recovery. Just taking a guess because there was 3 Lancers there.
Yeah.
And none of them really celebrated or congratulated each other. I just picked the one that was closest to the ball.
Logical.
Thank you. Every once in a while I make logic.
So the Lancers will take over on the turnover.
Summerfield still in the quarterback.
Just under 2 minutes here to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're looking for some more players right now. There's only 9 players out here. 10 players out there. So
yeah, no, he's like, yeah, I can't be out here.
Yeah, Coach Mazzocco trying to get some new bodies in there.
Summerfield in the pistol. They'll hand it off, and they'll go deep right down the middle. Across the 30, spins, takes it all the way into the end zone.
How about Peyton Weaver?
How about that, Peyton Weaver? Makes sense. Don't it?
You better believe it. How about that? Peyton Weaver, first carry of the game, 39 yards. Was hit probably about the 25. Got hit, did the 360, stayed on his feet. Runs in for the touchdown. Peyton Weaver, how about that? Congratulations to him for the touchdown.
The 5'8", 175-pound linebacker and running back.
First carry of the year for Peyton Weaver.
And all he saw was goal line.
And now he's averaging 39 yards a carry.
And the kick is up and through. And it makes it 42-8 with the 1:48 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll take another timeout. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
42-8. The Lancers increased their lead with 1:48 remaining on a Weaver 39-yard touchdown run. Here's the kick. It's a squib kick up the middle, and they'll be filled by one of the upbacks, and he'll just go down to a knee at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I made a mistake earlier. Thanks to Mr. Dawson correcting me. I said Jackson Zocco's the son, actually a cousin.
Ah.
Yeah, so.
Well, we learn.
Yes. Well, Mr. Dawson, that's why he's Mr. Lawrence County.
There's no question about that.
Yeah.
He'll find the most obscure. Yes, he'll find the most obscure thing to tell you, but he'll definitely know it's true. Don't question him.
Even if the score is 41-14.
Yes.
But no.
Handoff goes up the middle. He'll pick up about 5 on the play.
But the score is 42-8. So
Lively on the carry. Down to 90 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, looking forward to handing out the player of the game and the play of the game, and we'll have a quick scoring recap. Sponsors by Joseph's Marketplace.
High formation in the backfield. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off again. Go right side this time.
That's Miller this time.
That's Miller, I believe, yes.
Back
like
in the
number
game.
2 back in the game. And we're down under a minute. 3rd down and 2 coming up here for Shenango.
No, actually, I think that was Nick Dando.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3, okay.
I thought the same thing. I thought there was 2 there for a second.
Yeah.
That was Dando with the carry. No need to get Miller hurt right now.
No. Here's the snap. And handoff to the fullback, goes up the gut, and he's going to get the first down. They'll move the chains with 28 seconds remaining here in the fourth.
Yeah, it just stops the clock for a second, but I think that's going to do it. And Anna Moses into the game. The fans cheer seeing Anna coming in the game.
There you go. That's wonderful.
A freshman, 5'6" freshman.
Fantastic, making an appearance.
But unfortunately, you're not going to get a chance to make a tackle.
But that will end the ball game here as the Lancers dominate the second, third, and fourth quarters to win this ball game 42-8 over Shenango. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
And welcome back here to Neshannock. Our final score, 42-8. The Lancers over the Wildcats from Shenango. The scoring recap was brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the brand new cafe and bakery section and place a to-go order online at josephnc.com. Joseph's Marketplace, family-owned and operated since 1915. Well, Shenango got on the board first on a safety when a punt went over the head on Neshannock. It was 2-0 with 1:34 remaining in the first. Miller then would score for Shenango on a end around, and that would 39-yard scramble would make it 8-0. But DeLillo on an end around for Neshannock would tie the game at 8 after he also scored on a 2-pointer, making it 8-8. Lancers took a 15-8 lead when Somerville went into the end zone, and that's where we were at halftime. We had a halftime delay from the weather delay of lightning strikes, and then we started again in the second half. The Lancers came back. It was Owens on a touchdown run with 4:08 in the third to make it 22-8. Owens again with 8:01 in the third quarter to make it 28-8, and then it was Damasi scoring for Neshannock to make it 35-8, and then Weaver coming through with a 39-yard touchdown run for the final score of 42-8.
And unofficial stats for the night, C.J. Miller for Shenango, 19 carries for 81 yards, and that touchdown on the 40-yard run for Neshannock. Unofficially, Cameron Owens, he only had 7 yards in the first half. Unofficially, 97 yards in the second half. 16 carries for 104 yards for Cameron Owens. And how about the passing from Kurt Summerfield? 11 of 12 on the night, 113 yards on the night. And unfortunately, I did not keep the track of Luciano DeLillo stats for the catches, but I'd say out of those 11, I'd say he probably had seven or eight catches
I would not be
for
surprised.
Luciano DeLillo. So congratulations to those players. That's your scoring recap, sponsored by Joseph's Marketplace.
It's now time for the Melee Chiropractic play of the game. Melee, excuse me. Play of the game. Melee Chiropractic is proud to present the play of the game, awarded to
Mr. Luciano DeLillo
of Neshannock and Melee Chiropractic. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor DeLucio for his play tonight and will receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of Melee Chiropractic in recognition of tonight's play of the game. Video of tonight's play of the game will also be featured on Trib Live, High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Melee Chiropractic play of the game and the full list of the season's top plays, go to lcsportsnet.com and click on play of the game. Congratulations to Lucy for tonight's Melee Chiropractic play of the game. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Yeah, thanks for Mitch Melee for tuning in tonight. And sorry, I don't want to get cracked, but I will come. I will come visit you sometime. But yeah, that end around by Luciano DeLillo, just a perfect call at the right time. It was able to get outside as our play of the game. So now to go to our player of the game, we had to get a couple different ways, but we're going to go a totally different way tonight. Instead of a quarterback or a running back, we're going to go with a linebacker / running back, Mr. Peyton Weaver. 2 fumble recoveries, 2 key fumble recoveries.
In the first half,
and then let's put the exclamation point, the 39-yard run at the end. So congratulations to him. The Lawrence County Community Action Partnerships are proud to present the Player of the Game Award to Mr. Peyton Weaver of Neshannock. LCAP and Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Peyton Weaver for tonight's play of the game, and he will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Player of the Game. To view the full list of this year's Players of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. So congratulations to Peyton Weaver for being named tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, they're changing lives.
Well, Lee, that's it. First game in the book for you and I. We'll talk again next week.
Next Saturday, huh?
Yeah.
We'll see the Shenango squad. We'll see Elwood City and Union on Friday night. You won't. I think that James and I are going to be doing that game from Union High School. And then next Saturday we have Laurel against Shenango, which is another big county matchup that 2 schools that play each other a lot. They used to play each other a lot, but now double A, single A, but still going to be a fun one. Should be a good crowd and a fun time.
Can't wait for it. So for Lee Moan and everyone involved in lcsportsnet.com broadcast here tonight, I'm Tim Continental wishing you a wonderful good evening. Our final score, 42-8, Neshannock over Shenango.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.